Coach, last season your Warriors were 19-12, and they were district runner-ups for the first time in the junior molded and coaching tenure. I know that stings a little bit, and I know that's something that's on your list of things to do for this season.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd like to get that district title back. Credit to Wayne County; they played really well. The tournament was held on their court, and they were prepared. And they caught us on a night they played a little bit better than us. So definitely one of our goals, getting that district title back.
So, Coach, last year you graduated 4 seniors who certainly left a mark on your program, and you lost a ton of leadership when your daughter, Kinsley Molden, graduated. So I'm going to ask you, who's your floor general of this season's squad, or do you have that established yet?
We're establishing it right now. Finally getting Jalen Dye healthy again. She's going to be our floor general. Come in the other day against Pineville in a scrimmage, and instantly we changed. I brought her off the bench that night because she was doing some PT, but she got in, and I thought everything changed then. She's going to be starting at point guard for us this year, and certainly she's matured tremendously over the offseason. So expect her to be our floor general.
Yes, sir. So this year's roster is void of any seniors, but you have a ton of juniors on your roster, Coach. Let's start there, and let's walk down your roster for our listeners. That's what they're here to hear about, your players, and so let's introduce your players. Juniors, I've got on my roster here first, Andrea West.
Andrea West, she's the captain of our team this year. She come in a little bit late off volleyball, but just instant energy. She's been in the gym. She's one of them that talks all the time, and I picked her at the end of the season last year to be the captain for this team, and I know she'll do a good job in that aspect. 2 sports stars. She's going to really help us this year with her length, and especially in our press and stuff. So looking forward to seeing how she progresses.
And number 2, Kiara Scott. Kiara's had some injuries in her high school career, but I hear she's healthy now.
She is healthy now. Definitely, this young lady, Key, has had a lot of adversity to deal with, and I'm so proud of her. She felt like, and I get it from her perspective last year, she thought she should play more, and I was protecting her more so to get her mentally tough enough to get over the 2 injuries, and she's there now. After the summer, I knew I could count on her. She's going to take Mo's spot at the 2 guard now, and I'm looking forward. She shot it really well in our first 2 scrimmages. Been shooting in practice. She's got her legs back defensively, and we've got her in good shape. So I'm looking forward to the ride next 2 years with Key.
And, Coach, I got to see her at Meet the Warriors, and she certainly knows how to shoot.
Yeah,
looking forward to seeing that this season.
She's going to shoot it well.
Number 3, Jalen Dye. You've already mentioned her leadership.
Jay's also one of our better defenders on the perimeter, just gets after it, can put some ball pressure on. She's going to be crucial in how we want to press this year. We're going to get out and play more defense, full court, 3/4 court some, and Jay's a big part of that, of keep her out of foul trouble. She's matured tremendously over the offseason, and she knows what I want now after being the 3rd year in my program. I'm expecting big things out of her.
Number 13, Claire Marie Ramsey.
Claire is one of the fastest kids baseline to baseline in her program, coming off the soccer field. She doesn't even understand how much she's going to help us this year. I think I'm surprising her a little bit with what we want to do defensively, and she's going to be a big piece to our puzzle from that junior class. So she could shoot the ball as well. I'm just trying to get her quicker with her shot, game speed quicker, but she's going to contribute tremendously off the bench for us.
Somebody that we saw contribute last season off the bench, the next player, number 14, Kenzie Williams.
Kenzie Williams, another shooter off the bench, really matured a lot since since October 15th. She's had to battle some stuff, and she has fought through really well, and I'm really proud of her. The mental toughness is the thing to keep her on the court, and she's showing signs of really developing there. She's going to help us. Hit some big shots last year. She's had some big game experience, so nothing's going to be new to her. She'll be ready to go when we call upon her.
This next athlete's a 2-sport athlete, now 3-sport. I guess I need to correct myself. Certainly one of the best hitters in high school softball, but can play some ball too, Kylie Dalton.
Kylie Dalton, yeah. She went into soccer as well. Dad let her go off the softball field for a minute and go over to soccer, and everything I'm hearing from the soccer side, she's really good there.
Apparently so.
Yeah. I know she was all 48th district and had a really good season for Nick Stringer and the soccer team. She's going to start for us this year at the 3. I look back, every time I look back when we were struggling last year, when I have Kylie Dalton on the court, our plus on the scoreboard goes up, and she just knows how to make everybody else better. And I'm hard on her defensively because I want her to get better there, but kid that makes she's one of the best passers against zone coverages and stuff. So I think Kylie's going to have a big season. She's shooting it a lot better as well.
Another junior on your roster. You got several of them. 33, Molly Osborne.
Molly Osborne will play the post for us, start at the post to start the season here, and one of our best ball screen defenders. Really worked hard off season. She was one of my gym rats. Got in there every day, was constantly working hard, worked on her shot. She can step out in a pick and pop situation and pop threes. Really has battled early on in these practices, and it's helping our younger ones to develop as well. So I'm looking forward to a big season from her, especially in the rebounding standpoint.
You've got a newcomer on the program, number 50, Lizone Bernasconi.
Oh, you did pretty good. I didn't have to say it. Lizone Bernasconi. I think we got close on it. She may give me a hard time about the name. I don't see her out here right now. Lizone has come in for an exchange girl, junior class, and she has quietly got better every single day. She's one of them quiet kids that's just trying to absorb everything that I teach. And she's right-handed, but if you were at her scrimmages, you'd probably think she's left-handed. I mean, you talked about it before the show here. And she's just got that change of speed and direction, likes to finish on the left side. I started her out more at the guard position, and she is showing me great signs of guarding post players. She's really good on a switch when she's guarding the block, and showing signs of rebounding, getting out, and starting to break for us. So I think you may see more of her. I'm going to play her as many minutes as we can in JV early on, but she'll get some varsity time as we go on, and I think she's going to be a piece to the puzzle.
Coach, to round out that junior class, number 54, Samaj Artis.
Samaj is, I mean, from last year to this year, she may be the most improved overall. She's worked really hard in the off season. She's dealt with a lot of adversity at Southwestern, and for her to come in and do what she's been doing, she reminds me a lot, and this is a big-time compliment of Kylie Foreman as far as strength in the post. We can throw her the ball down there, and if she can get where she wants to her spot, she's going to finish in the post. She's probably kicking it out too much for me right now in the one-on-one situations, but in doubles, our first scrimmage, she kicked it out, found her shooters, and she's playing really well. She'll be a big piece to what we're going to do this year.
Yeah, so 9 juniors on the roster, not a senior there,
No.
but that bodes well for this season and next season, Coach,
Absolutely.
with that huge class. So our next class, our sophomore class, you got number 11, Gloria Babas-Cases. I hope I didn't mispronounce that.
I think you got it close. Gloria has come in, and Lizone's from France, and Gloria's from Spain. So I'm messing with them, acting like I know the language and stuff, and they just laugh at me all the time. But Gloria is one of them kids every day, got a smile on her face. It's infectious, and it's fun to be there with her. She has actually improved tremendously. She doesn't think she does. She laughs and says, "Well, I'm not as good in basketball," but she really is. She has improved since she got here. She's going to play a lot of JV minutes for us and get in there, and I'm hoping she can improve and get up and help us maybe some varsity by the end of the season.
Next girl on the roster, presence in the post, number 12, Michaela Monroe.
Well, I hope she's a presence all over the floor this year. That's the goal. I'm putting her up front in some of our press packages, and she's been really active. I'm trying to use her length, wanting her to put the ball on the floor a little bit more from the perimeter side when we go 4 out, 1 in, or 5 out. But she's improved tremendously. Another one of my gym rats that always stays after practice, puts the time in, and she really wants to learn. She's one of them kids that absorbs stuff well, and I'm probably on her more than anybody in practices right now, just because the ball going through her, even in the post area, when it goes inside out, she's really good at kicking, passing. I think she's got a chance to be really good as she'll continue her work ethic the way it is now.
To round out, a couple other sophomores, Izzy Adams.
Izzy is going to be on our varsity roster this year, going to play predominantly the 5 position. She was at Somerset Christian a couple years ago and has been working the process. She's really put the time in this year and put more emphasis on working on things after practice. And so I'm trying to get her better defensively in ball screen situations, things like that. She'll play a lot of JV minutes as well, but she's going to be a piece on our varsity roster for sure.
And to round out your sophomore class, your manager, Maisie Fox.
Maisie, going to be our manager this year. She's had some knee problems and stuff, so she's elected not to play this year. She'll help us out from the bench managing.
And freshman class, Maddie Biddle.
Maddie Biddle, her and Natalie, I put them together. They have worked so hard. They really come on in the summer basketball. We were low on our numbers this summer, and Maddie Biddle and Natalie Williams both. They really come on, and they come on in practices here recently. Maddie's shooting it much better, trying to get them better on the defensive end and more aggressive on the boards, but looking forward to their progress from the JV and the freshman team going forward.
And to round out the freshman class, Briley Troxton.
Riley Troxel, one of my track girls, she tried out, and we just had a couple spots open at the right time when a couple girls tried out at the end. Her speed is what caught my attention. She took a charge on Samaj Artis in one of the tryouts, and I'm like, you just made the team, honey. Yeah, she's a tough-nosed kid, and speed-wise today, defensively, she was really good in her practice. So she's coming on quickly, working on her shot. She'll help us on the freshman JV team.
And you've got some 8th graders that are going to play some minutes for you this year, Coach. We'll look at that 8th grade class, number 15, Layla Cassida.
Yeah, Layla Cassida, I actually got to go back to our middle school and coach this year, and the 5 girls that you see on our roster was my starting 5 at the 8th grade level. Layla, our leading scorer at the 8th grade level, but she's running a lot of point guard right now, backup point guard for us at the high school level. She can shoot the ball well. One of them kids that takes everything you say to heart. She wants to learn, she wants to absorb, and she's just got so much better defensively. She's going to be on the floor and probably surprise you all a little bit how much she's going to be on the floor early for us, because she's one of them kids that just makes things flow for us. So I'm looking forward to her progress. Even at the 8th grade level, she'll be in varsity games.
Ansley York.
Ansley York, another one of our 8th graders. She played the post position for me in middle school. She's going to play freshman JV for us. Really come on from here. Kevin Dalton talked me into bringing her on midseason last year, and it was a great decision. I'm glad I trusted him with that. She has improved tremendously. Another one of my left-handers that come on. And by the way, this 8th grade group was a Final Four group at the middle school level. 2 Final Fours. We went to 2 state tournaments this year. They are just they make me love coaching. I just absolutely one of my favorite groups I've coached, and Ansley's one of the reasons why.
And number 24, a number familiar in your family, but Kessa Butcher is going to don that jersey this year.
24 gets it a little different. When you wear number 24, you have to take a little bit more the head coach's mouth and things like that. But she's like a coach on the court, especially at the middle school level. She was giving me scouting reports of the middle school teams. Definitely a coach's daughter. She's one of them. I knew she was going to get 24 after Kinsley graduated, and don't be surprised to see her on the court quite a bit early on here for my varsity team. Defensively, she's one of our better on-ball defenders. She gets over top ball screens extremely well, improving her shot. Kessa's gonna be a big piece to our puzzle, especially by January, I feel like, and she's gonna play a lot of freshman JV minutes, so I'm looking forward to it.
Couple more freshmen or 8th graders on the roster. Gracelyn Meeks.
Gracelyn Meeks, another one of my left-handers, is ambidextrous. She reminds me a lot of a mix of Kaylee Young and Michaela Nordis, and that's a big compliment.
Yes.
She's got some length. She's starting to figure it out. Played a lot of minutes this year, obviously in middle school, and she's going to play a lot of JV minutes. She's on our varsity roster, and I'm trying to get her to quit thinking and quit the ball sticking, but she's coming on quick. She's a really good. She's becoming a pretty good defender, and she's going to be a special piece down the road for us.
Round out that 8th grade class, C.C. Dalton.
C.C. Dalton's. I hate to say this because I got some older girls that are tough, but C.C. Dalton's one of the toughest kids in my program. She's one of the kids right now that'll take a charge. She'll get in there. I call her my Dennis Rodman of the team, and I started calling her that. Next thing I know, she's wearing those shirts to practice and stuff. So she definitely knows who Rodman is. But she's an incredible kid. She's one of them kids that can do so much for you without scoring on the court. And she got better at scoring by the end of the season. She's shooting the ball better, scoring inside. She had a really good practice today and stood out. She hasn't been feeling well as of late, but when she's feeling good, she makes a difference on the court, and she's going to get some minutes as varsity, but she'll play a lot of freshman JV minutes.
And I've got a 7th grader listed here, Dakota Singh.
Dakota Singh, brought her on. Our freshman group is a little short, and she was one of these inspiring smiles that every day in practice, really working hard now that we've got her in there. She does a lot of other things outside of basketball, but she'll play on our freshman group, and she was on my 8th grade team that was a Final Four group, so I'm looking forward to seeing her develop.
So, Coach, schedule. You've made it part of your MO to play the best teams in the state, and this season's not going to be any different than that. Talk to us about your schedule and some things that the listeners maybe could circle on their schedule.
You know, and I wish that, and no disrespect to anybody with scrimmage, but I wish we would have scrimmaged a little bit tougher. I felt like our scrimmages might have been a little easier than what they needed to be, and I am the guy that goes up to Sacred Heart every year and tries to figure out who we are. So I didn't want it like that this year. I wanted to build some confidence. But we've got a lot of work to do. We just didn't see everything we need to see in our scrimmages. When we had a little bit of trouble guarding the flex offense the other day, Pineville, things like that we haven't really worked on yet. But I'm excited about my team. The schedule early on, we got West Jessamine, the favorites in the 12th region, the first week of the season, third game on a Thursday night, and we're playing in third place. And I've just seen recently, I think they're number 10, 11 in the state. Them and Rockcastle have been hyped up at the top of our region, and deservedly so. By the way, I know everybody wants to talk about us losing the district last year, but we knocked off West Jessamine first round of the region. We did have the one upset that nobody was expecting in the regional tournament last year, and we were dealing with a lot of injuries and stuff at the time, and I'm really proud of our group because, if you take the DCA group out of the regional tournament last year, what a regional tournament it would have been as far as, the similarities and teams. All the games were really close. West Jessamine was obviously one of the favorites. They were undefeated in our region last year until we knocked them off, but they are solid going into this season. Obviously, Claire Marshall and a ton of seniors and their special group, and I have a high respect for their coach. So we've got a tough first week with Metcalfe County, Danville, and West Jessamine. Got some good teams in our Christmas tournament. Holy Cross Covington I've seen on there, and then we're going to the Laurels, playing the Laurels again, South and North. Towards the end of the season, people probably don't know about Taylor County, but I've scheduled them in February on the road, and they're a top 15 team and a special group, favorite to go back to Rupp. So, it might be down a little bit from what you've seen in the past, but it's going to load up towards the end, especially if these Christmas tournaments pan out the way I think they're going to. We're going to have a really good schedule again to go against.
And if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best.
And you got to play the best.
In order to beat the best, you got to play them.
Yeah, we've certainly tried to go out and play people over the years and stuff.
So, Coach, what are your team goals this year?
I want to get, we really want to get back into the conversation at the top of our region. I know a lot of people are not talking about us right now, and listen, respect to them people up top, the West Jessamine, Rockcastles, DCAs, Wayne County, them four are being talked about a lot. Bull County's coming on. There's a lot of really good teams, good coaches in this region. We want to be one of them teams that get really good by the end of January. And I think with our group buying in the way they are right now, I feel like we can get there. Yeah, right now, I have no problem with how people are ranking us and this and that.
Rankings don't mean anything.
It doesn't really mean I've never won a championship in November anyway.
Rankings don't mean anything.
We got a group that's hungry. I really believe it's going to help us, to motivate us. It reminds me a lot of my 21 team when nobody gave us any respect. We were picked to be district runner-ups that year. Lexa Smitty didn't have, she wasn't going to put up with that, and our group followed her, and we ended up surprising everybody that year, and not only winning the district, but winning a regional championship. And this team, they've got a chance to be there. They got a chance to grow. People say, well, in 2 years, this is this year. This junior group, now we expect to be in the conversation by the end of the year, and I'm going to push until we get there. So it's for me. While I'm here, I feel like we're always going to be in the conversation competing for a regional title, and I expect it to stay that way.
I like your style, Coach. I'm going to ask a couple questions, and I think you've been a tremendously successful coach. What advice would you give young players as they're hoping to develop their game? What advice would you give young players?
Trust the process. Trust the process. Do the little things. Sometimes the simplest things every day, the things that are boring, that's the things you need to be. You'll see Steph Curry doing the same dribble drills every day, the same pre-shooting drills. Do the simple stuff. Do it every day. Stay persistent and trust the process with your teams. We've been very fortunate to have success in our program, but there's a certain thing. Sometimes I think this is boring, but this is what we've done when we've had success. And I'm trying to certainly go back as far as my team is run and do a lot of things that we've done in the past when we've had our success and got back to the top. And that's what I would tell our young players. I'm back at the middle school coaching a lot. Tara Muntz, Josh Caldwell, Kayla Hall, and it's the little things every day, putting the time in every single day. And I think that's the best advice I could give my young ones.
And it may be the same advice, but I'm going to ask the question a little differently. What advice would you give parents of those players?
Trust the process. Trust the process. Trust the process. And there's going to be tough days. It's not every day. You don't have to hold the kid's hand. Adversity's good. I think that's too many people try to create their own path for their kids nowadays, and they need to go through the tough times to get to the good times. And I think Michael Jordan said it best. I needed them tough times to get to the championship years, and he went through the tough days, trust the process, and obviously had a great coach in Phil Jackson that was a great philosopher. But it's trust the process. People care for you. I care for all my kids, love my program, love my kids, and I think they know it. So that's the biggest thing, even with our parents. Trust the process.
And those of us that watch the program know how much you love your program. It's pretty obvious watching you do it, Coach. Is there anybody, as our time's running out here, Coach, anybody you'd like to thank as we kind of close out our
Going through, I just want to make sure to give a shout out to my 6th grade coach, Tara Mont's done a great job. I got a 6th grade state championship team down there. She's done a tremendous job coaching 19 players this year. It's unbelievable the chaos she deals with. She's been great. Her and Josh Caldwell coached that group, and Kayla Hall coached my 7th grade group. She's assistant at the high school. But I need to give a big shout out to Derek Harris. He's been running my youth league since the inception of the youth league. He's running an AAU league now. He is so big in what we do, and he doesn't give enough credit behind the scenes. I really appreciate Derek and what he's done. Harold Isaac's my film guy. I mean, he's there. He's taking care of our players constantly. He's a big part of our program. I seen our bus driver, Danny, out here today. I got so many people that is great. Obviously, my coaching staff with Kevin Dalton, Kayla Hall, Destiny, Floyd, James Dye, Michelle Markham. I know you're running short on time, and I still bring Casey Dalton in from time to time to get in there. But these people, I got an army behind me. Surround yourself with people that make you better, and I've been fortunate to do that. I'm blessed. And you got to have a wife behind the scenes that supports you, because I'm gone a lot, and so I'm thankful for my wife Dana that supports me, especially with my daughter in college now, and I'm missing out on some stuff. She's been very supportive, and I don't know how many more years I've got of this, but I know Southwestern's the only place I ever want to be, and I'm glad that I'm well supported here. Well,
we're glad to have you in the blue and orange, Coach, and always put a quality product on the floor. Always going to support you, and thank you for taking time out and allowing us to little insight inside the program.
I appreciate you having my girls and me in here. Thank you.
Thank you. This has been Michael Gregg catching up with Coach Junior Molden of the Lady Warriors here on Lake Cumberland Sports Wings and Rings Coach's Preview Show.
We're known for great service before and after the sale and so much more. Since 1988, Toyota of Somerset has been supporting our local communities. And we sell and service what a number of different reading services call the most fuel-efficient, dependable, and safe vehicles on the road. Toyota. Toyota of Somerset, South Highway 27 Somerset, and online at toyotaofsomerset.com. At Toyota of Somerset, we're all about you. Homes, farms, commercial properties, and investment properties from all over Kentucky. Where? FordBrothersInc.com. Just click on, go to upcoming auctions, and you will be amazed. You can just browse or register to bid, and you're set. You'll have a front row seat to everything that you're looking for. Whether it's live or online, check out FordBrothersInc.com.
So, Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we're selling the country.
This is Michael Gregg sitting down with head ball coach Jaron Dunbar of the Southwestern Warriors. Coach, it's hardwood season. It's time to go.
Absolutely.
Time to go. All right, so let's reflect real quick back on last season. How crazy was the 48th district last year, man? Like all four teams, 3-3, parity.
Yeah, I don't know if we've ever seen that kind of parity in the region in a district. I mean, everybody's 3-3. You know, we won the first set of games, the first 3-0. Then the last set, you know, we went that 7-game losing streak, and it was miserable, but it all worked. You know, you gotta face some failure to find success, and it forced us to really dig in even more, roll our sleeves up even more, and try to figure out what was going to work. And luckily we did that and was able to make a great run. You know, it was probably the hottest team in the 12th region going into the tournament. We won 10 games over the last month, and a lot of those games were nip and tuck, and all the games in the playoffs or in the tournament. You know, McCurry, Wayne in the district championship, West, and even Danville Christian, you know, we had to play from behind and come back to win, and was a shot away from being in the finals.
Yeah, you really were. I mean, certainly fought in first district championship at Southwestern in your tenure, so congratulations, Coach. You finished the deal strong. Like Coach Molden just says, trust the process. It's not what happens through the process, how you end.
Yeah.
And you ended strong. So, Coach, you graduated 2 seniors from last year's squad, Antoine Dunford and Jonas Gallagher. You've got 4 seniors on this year's roster. So let's walk down your roster for our listeners. We want to do that. We want to give most of our time to our kids.
Absolutely.
And so you've got them classified for me, and I appreciate that. So we'll start with Zach Hutchinson.
Zach is a player that he's going to end up being on the Mount Rushmore of Southwestern basketball, just to be honest with you. He's a special player. You know, he's gotten a lot stronger in the offseason. He's gotten a lot quicker. He moves a lot better. If you were at Meet the Warriors the other night, I mean, he's dunking it like crazy, you know, and he shoots the ball well. He's a 3-level scorer. a lot of experience. He's dressed varsity for 5 years and started for 4 of those, so he was thrown into the fire pretty early. Everything's paying off for him. He's got an offer on the table right now, so we're looking for him to. I think he's light years better than he was this time last year. I think he's just a completely different player.
His legs looked like they beefed up.
Yeah, he's gotten a lot stronger. He was benching 245 for multiple reps the other day in the weight room.
Yeah, look out, 12-3.
Yeah.
Your next senior on the roster, number 3, Wyatt Stevenson.
Wyatt's the only way to describe him. He's absolutely tough. He played through a lot of injury last year with it. I don't know if people knew that or not. His hips were bothering him, and he done something to his knee, and he played through all that. He never complains. He's a worker. He works all the time outside of basketball. Sometimes we're like, I hope Wyatt's going to make it to practice on time because he's out mowing the yard or something. But that's just how he is, and that translates onto the court just with his toughness. And, he's our best defender. He's usually guarding the other team's leading scorer. So we count on him a lot. And he can score the basketball and shoot it as well.
Got a motor that just doesn't quit.
Yes.
Yes, he does. Number 4, Caleb Shipp.
Caleb Shipp, we're praying that he stays healthy this season. He's struggled with some injuries over the last couple of years. That's really hurt him. But he's a kid that is just, once again, he's tough. He perseveres. He knows the playbook. He makes the right reads. He makes the right plays. And we're constantly trying to tell him, do more. Go out there and do more. Get your open shot. Drive to the rim because he can do that. He's quick. He's athletic. He's a joy to coach. He's a pleasure to coach.
So to round out your senior class, number 24, Jarrett Simpson.
Jarrett is another player. He's got a couple offers now. I remember telling him as a freshman in our meeting at the end of the year, I said, "You're going to be a star at Southwestern," and he's proven me right. He's a kid that can stretch the floor. He's 6'7", can shoot it outside, shoot it inside. I think he ended the year shooting 40% from 3 last year. He's a special player. He's a tough matchup because he can take you down low. He's got great footwork. Great touch from 15 feet. He can do it all, and he's upped his game as well. This offseason he's really put on some muscle and developed more toughness.
You've got a junior class. The first player we'll look at here, Brady Hansen.
Brady is a kid no one is probably going to know about right now, but they're going to. He shoots the ball too well. But the thing that's really opened my eyes even this summer was his defense, how he's improved defensively and how he attacks the rim and he's making the right reads. The other day in the scrimmage, he had some great attacks to the rim. He found the open guy. He's a gym rat. He's in the gym all the time. He loves it. And he's a kid that we're really going to be relying on a lot this year.
I noticed in the Meet the Warriors event, kid can shoot.
Yeah. And he gets hot, you better find him.
Yeah. Next junior on the roster, Cade Hudson.
Cade's a kid that he started getting some playing time toward the end of the year last year. It was never about anything with Cade. It was all his confidence. And finally, I think he just said, I'm just going to go out and play, and he really took us to a different level last year when he started getting more minutes and just his toughness with on-ball defense. And he's scrappy, he's strong for his size, and he's not scared to get in there and try to get a rebound. And you leave him open, he can knock a shot down too, and he's doing a great job at penetrating and finding his teammates.
Coach, the next junior, Aiden Webb, was a player that we kind of seen him kind of splash onto the scene last year and really made an impact for your team.
Yeah, he was a kid that about midway through the year, we just threw the keys to him and said, here you go. You're going to have to grow up. Like here's your time. We're going to throw you to the wolves. And he answered the call. And this year we're going to experiment with a couple things, maybe move him off the ball a little bit because we had to play the point last year, move him off the ball a little bit because he shoots the ball too well. We'd like to get him some more shots, but he sees the floor better than anybody we have. If you're open, he will find you, and he's just a tough kid. He loves to play, he loves to compete, and he did. He took our season to a different level last year.
He brought that energy.
He did,
I was impressed by his play last year and the oomph that he provided when he got in there. I hope I don't mispronounce this young man's name, but Chris Chukwurima?
Chukwurima. Chris has only been playing basketball for, I think, this is third year right now. So it's his second year with us. He's in the gym all the time. He does a great job. He's gotten a lot stronger. He's gotten a lot better. He's going to get a lot of JV minutes this year to hopefully get him ready for his senior year to help make an impact on the varsity level.
And the next junior on the roster, Caden Campbell.
Caden Campbell, a kid, he's got a ton of experience. We've had to throw him to the Wolves a couple years ago as a freshman. He started a lot of games as a freshman, started a lot of games as sophomores, and going into this year, he's battling an injury right now. Well, he's good now, but he had a football injury where he missed 5 weeks of football, so that's hurt him as far as the conditioning part. But Caden's a kid, he's disciplined. He's already, here, give me some stuff to do to get in shape, because at this point of the season, we've already done our conditioning program. We're just trying to maintain it as we go and everything. But he's a kid. There's no one stronger than him in the 12th region. I'll put him up against anybody at any time. He can guard out on the floor. We've used him a lot in those situations last year. And he's a kid where, he came in one game this summer and had 26 for us, so he can score the basketball as well.
And that rounds out your junior class. Next up is our sophomore class. First player on the roster here, Jace Simpson.
Jace has grown to 6'6" right now.
Wow.
He's nursing an ankle injury right now, but he played in the scrimmage the other day. He's another kid. He's got a huge ceiling. He can really do some things. He's stepped his game up outside where he can shoot the ball. He's getting stronger, making better moves inside. He's a kid we're really, really excited about for the future. We think as a junior and senior, he's going to be a really tough matchup for people. But he does a great job every day in practice, and he's going to get a ton of time in JV this year. And you never know. You never know what happens. If he continues to improve, you just never know. He may see some floor.
Peyton Leffler.
Peyton Leffler, another sophomore, loves the game. He's always finding a pickup game somewhere in town. He's tough. He's tenacious. He's a kid. He wants to play. He wants to get better. In practice, he's pushing our guys. He's got a lot of energy, a lot of toughness about him. His offensive game has improved a lot, but defense is really his niche.
Okay. Next sophomore on the roster, Jackson McClendon.
Jackson, another tough kid. He's a kid that had a really good summer for us, JV-wise. He shot the basketball really well. He shot it with range, too, and he's really improved. He's gotten a lot stronger as well from his freshman year to his sophomore year, so we think he's going to have a nice future, too.
Rounding out your sophomore class, Landon Roberts.
Every time he shoots the basketball in practice, I think it's going in.
Wow.
I mean, he shoots the ball well. I think he hit 3 or 4 threes in the JV scrimmage on Saturday. We just got to keep him in the weight room, get him a little bit stronger, but he shoots the ball so well when his feet's set. He's got some offensive skill. He's going to be a kid that can really light it up in the future.
So, Coach, the next player listed as a freshman, I'm going to ask because I thought he was an 8th grader. Landon Baldwin, is he in?
He's in 8th grade, yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So introduce this young man to the listeners because there's a lot I want to learn about this guy.
Yeah, well, you're going to learn a lot about him. Landon is a 6'9", 8th grader. He's a kid that he's going to be very, very special. And I don't say this, I say this with a lot of confidence. He has the opportunity to be the most dominant player in Southwestern history, in my opinion. Just the way his work ethic is, his skill level is, and I mean, it helps he's 6'9", but I think he might grow a little bit more as we go. And he's going to be able to step out and shoot the ball from outside as well. But he's probably got one of the highest IQs on the team. You tell him one thing, to do something one time, he goes and does it. So coachable. He's a leader. Even as an 8th grader, he'll get out there and he'll talk, he'll communicate. He'll try to lead. He does all the things the right way, and he's a kid, and he loves physicality. That was one thing I was kind of worried about going into the season, but from what I've seen, he loves the physicality. He's tough, and you're going to see him in a lot of ball games this year.
Well, I watched him play in the middle school last year, and he certainly packed on some muscle.
Yeah.
And I look forward to watching that young man's game develop because there's a lot of Landon Baldwin.
A lot of potential.
Yeah, a lot of young man. That freshman class, Dylan Roberts.
Dylan, he's a freshman point guard. He'll be our JV point guard as well. Sees the floor so good. He's used to playing up. He's kind of played up all his life really, and sometimes he's been the only one that can handle the basketball in early years. So he's had a lot on his shoulders, and it's prepared him for now. He sees the floor so well. He's played with Landon a lot, so he finds Landon well. He's starting to shoot the ball really well at a high level. So he's a kid that a year or two JV, he's going to be really ready for some varsity action.
Caden Hobdy.
Caden Hobdy is a kid we originally from here, I believe. He's been at South Florida the last couple of years. Really good-looking freshman, 6'2", 6'3", strong. Got skill inside and out. He can step out and shoot it. He's not scared of anything. He really brings brings a lot of energy to our freshmen and our JV team.
Justin Knuckles.
Justin, kid, we got a few months ago. A lot of potential as well. He just needs a good freshman season. Needs a lot of skill work, like everyone does. And he's a kid that's going to put in the time. He's going to do what he needs to do.
John Parsons, that's a manager?
Yeah. So John's our manager. He's a freshman. He's very excited to be a part of the team. And he's been with us from the get-go. He's been out selling sponsorships with us, and when he comes to practice, he does all the right things. So we're excited to have John.
You got a few other freshmen on the roster. Hayden Revel.
Yep, Hayden Revel, kid that's always been in our program. He's turned into, I think, one of the upperclassmen's favorite. He was the one the other night after Zach made that dunk. He went and did a little side bump and knocked him down. So he's a fun kid to be around. He can shoot the basketball. He's getting better and more skilled every day.
Maddox Roberts.
Maddox loves the game. Maddox is a kid that I think you're going to see him blossom really toward his junior and senior year. But he's in the gym all the time. He can step out and shoot the ball as well. He's more of a stretch four probably for us, but he can step out and shoot the ball as well.
And round out that roster, Caden Walden.
Yeah, Caden Walden. He plays with a lot of energy. He's been in football. We only had 2 football players this year, and he was one of them. And he brings a lot of energy, a lot of defensive intensity. Loves to compete, and he's a kid that has a good future for us too.
So, Coach, what are your team goals this season?
We're 21 wins away in program history from 500. So I really want to get to that goal this year. I want to do that for the program, do that for the school. But obviously we want to make it back to the district championship and win it, repeat for it, and we want to make a run at the region. We think we do have a team that can do that. Last year was a special run for us, and it's a play here, a play there. We're in the regional finals and with a good shot to win it. And I just think that's where we want to get back to. We've got we talk about goals and everything, but we know that the results are going to take care of themselves. We do what we need to do every day. So,
Coach, who are the teams to watch this year in the 12th region?
There's a lot of parity again in the 12th region. Some I don't know who's brought in what, but
Sure.
DCA they say they're at the top. West is going to be really good again. You can never count any team in this county out. This county has a lot of good coaches and a lot of great players in it, so it's going to be a battle every night. Everybody's got a chance. Rock's going to be good this year. They got Walker Craig back. Our district's going to be tough. Wayne, McCrary, and Somerset Christian, all going to be tough outs.
I was getting ready to ask.
It's going to be a dogfight to get out of the district again.
Yeah.
And whoever makes it out is going to have a shot.
Who hosts district tournament?
McCrary.
McCrary.
Yep.
Okay. All right, Coach. How do you motivate your team? How do you light fire underneath them?
It's something that we deal with our culture. I think we have the best culture. I will put our culture up against anybody in the state of Kentucky. Our kids love each other. They know we've got their back. They've got our back. These seniors are very special to me. This is my 5th year, but this is the first group I've got to see come all the way through. Because Antoine and Jonas, I didn't get to coach. They didn't play as freshmen and sophomores and stuff. So this is the first group I got to see all the way through. They've heard only my voice, and they've been through a lot. It's been a tough ride at times. A lot of ups, a lot of downs. We were 5-24 my first year, but these guys have stuck with it, and that's something to say. The way we do things and the way we approach things, it's a lot. We ask a lot of our kids. We're going to play guys that's going to give us the best chance, and we're going to be hard on them, but we're going to turn around. We're going to love them. And it's not for everybody, but these guys right here have stuck with it, and they've done what they need to do, and they've took the program to new heights.
So, Coach, as a dad of a young basketball player, what advice would you give young players?
Play. I think the best thing you can do is get in the gym. That was one thing that was super important whenever I took the job over, was to develop our feeder system, because we want to build something that's sustainable. It's not just for 1 year or 2 years. We want to be sustainable where we got a shot every year. So we've got our little dribblers going on at K1. We've got AAU and our SPYBL from 2nd through 5th, and you got your middle school, and we got AAUs going on there, and we're year round. We take off just right after season until spring break, and we're back at it.
I'm going to ask you the same question, though. Advice. What advice would you give parents of these young players?
Same thing. Get them in the gym. Please let let the coaches work with them,
Let
you
the
know,
coaches coach.
and just help the kids out, get them there and support all the kids, So that's something that's huge. This day and time, it's easy to bounce around. When things don't go well for you, it's easy to bounce around. But, there's something to say whenever you really stick it out and you go through those tough times like we have as a program, and it's very rewarding when you kind of get to this point where I feel like the vision, everything's kind of coming together, and I feel like our team is really going to take off. But, the advice, like you said, to parents is just get them in the gym and just be there for them and push them.
So, Coach, we're running out of time. Who would you like to thank here before we run off the air?
Well, I think our administration, number one, we got the best administration. They've stood beside me and had my back for 5 years now through all the ups and downs of the program and everything, and it don't get any better than our administration at Southwestern. I got a great family that supports us, and I got great friends, and these players. I want to thank the players for really sticking there with me and understanding what the vision is and being on board with everything and just pushing through and being very resilient. So it's a total team effort all through. We just think of each other as one big family. So it's a total team effort from everybody. We want to thank everybody.
And that's how I hear Southwestern refer to that: one program, one family.
One program, one family.
And you certainly see that.
Yes.
Well, Coach, thank you for taking time out with us, and best of luck.
I want to thank my assistant coaches as well. I'm not going to name them all off, but they know who they are, and we couldn't do it without them.
But thank you for allowing us to have some insight in the Warrior program, and best of luck to you as you embark on this 5th season.
Yes.
And the first program first group you've got to see all the way through. Good luck to you, Coach.
Thank you guys for doing this again.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
This has been Michael Gregg with head ball coach Jared Dunbar of the Southwestern Warriors here at the Wings and Rings Coaches Show on Lake Cumberland Sports.
Of Somerset, we're known for great service before and after the sale and so much more. Since 1988, Toyota of Somerset has been supporting our local communities. And we sell and service what a number of different reading services call the most fuel-efficient, dependable, and safe vehicles on the road. Toyota. Toyota of Somerset, South Highway 27 Somerset, and online at toyotaofsomerset.com. At Toyota of Somerset, we're all about you. Homes, farms, commercial properties, and investment properties from all over Kentucky. Where? FordBrothersInc.com. Just click on, go to upcoming auctions, and you will be amazed. You can just browse or register to bid, and you're set. You'll have a front row seat to everything that you're looking for, whether it's live or online. Check out FordBrothersInc.com.
So, Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we're selling the country.
Welcome back to Buffalo Wings and Rings, South Highway 27, right here in Somerset. And I just got noticed, sometimes it's a hassle to cook Thanksgiving and all of that. They got this wing special going on. You get like 20 wings, a couple of big sides for like $37. That sounds like, to me, that's a ball game package right there.
Yeah, we take advantage of that. My daughter loves Wings and Rings. That's a regular occurrence in our house when we're out and about. It's a great special.
All right, sounds good. Well, joining us now is Andrew Laughlin, head coach of the Somerset girls basketball team. And Coach, first of all, good to have you. We're glad you made it here today. And we were talking outside a little bit ago. It's hard to believe basketball season's here already.
Oh, yeah. It's a great time of year. Once October 15th hits, the season starts changing. I mean, if we could have a little more daylight, I think that would be the only thing during basketball season I'd like. But it's a beautiful time of the year, and it's a great time to get back in the gym and get rolling.
And in the gym, that's key. I know I get that because, football coaches complain about the weather all the time. You don't have to worry about that unless it just gets icy in there, one of those midwinter practices. But, Coach, you've been at this now. This is your third year.
Yeah.
How do you feel about your progression as coach of this girls' team? Because when you started, the proverbial cupboard was pretty bare. You've had a lot of young girls that you've had to work with and develop and bringing them along, and end with where you are now going into this season.
I think when you look at when we took over, we had a little bit of a younger program and older, right? That was the split there. The cupboard was a little bare up top, but we've done a really good job of developing this program. I'm proud of my staff. I'm proud of all the athletes in our program. When we took over at the middle school level, we had 11 girls in our program. This year we had over 30. We did not have a youth league. This year we had a youth league with over 42 participants. And our high school program this year has 2 seniors in it for the first time. So since I've taken over, we have some seniors. We had 1 senior last year, 1 senior, Serenity Haynes, who is now a statistician on the team. We're very glad to have her. But we're very, very blessed to have a good community at Somerset that does a very good job of supporting our kids as they get bigger, as they grow older. And we've just done a really good job of keeping kids in the program and developing it. I mean, down here on my roster, I got more middle schoolers in my high school program than I do high schoolers, but every single one of them comes to work every single day the same way, and they're held to the same expectations as those seniors and juniors. And we just know as each year progresses, it's going to get better and better and better.
And it's so important to have that kind of a program where you've got young kids that want to come out. You mentioned developing some youth, getting them into the middle school program. I'm sure you've got good people down there too that want to help you to develop these girls for your system as you continue to build this program at Somerset.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to give a big thank you to our youth sponsors. Casey Rexroad has been huge for us. He used to coach up here at the high school, and he's been a basketball coach for a long time. He does a great job of developing the youth. Ryan Smart has helped him out as well with that 3rd through 5th grade group. And as those groups are getting bigger and bigger, we've seen some good progressions. And then at the middle school level, most of my coaching staff up here also coach middle school. So we're able to have some continuity through. We're able to develop and start to implement our systems and start to build them slower and slower every single year.
Well, let's talk about your roster a little bit. I'll let you start where you'd like to start and to just go through your squad and let us know a little bit about each one.
Yeah, well, I'm real happy to introduce our seniors this year. First senior we'll introduce is Kenzie Piles. She's been in our program now for about a full year, just about, but she transferred to us from Wayne County through about the halfway part of last season. She has some great length. She's a great rebounder, and we're super thankful to have her here at Somerset, and I hope she's enjoying her time here as well.
And if you know anything about Wayne County basketball, Piles is a name that has a little bit of a history behind it. So.
Yeah, I've heard the Piles kind of dominated. I'm excited for our youth, too. We got some Piles coming up as well, but Kenzie's just a great young lady, and we're thankful to have her here, and her work ethic is something that's really helped us set the tone with our youth, and it's nice to have a little length. If you look at our roster, we're young, but we're not very big, and Kenzie kind of gives us a little bit of height in the paint to be able to play, and she can move a little quicker than some posts, so even if we wanted to do like a 12 press or something where we move her up top, she has the ability to cover some of that ground.
Sounds good. Who else you got there?
I got
senior spot.
Yeah, senior spot, our second senior. I can't say enough about Sophie Barnes, and I really don't know what else to say that we've said over the years. She's just an amazing person who stuck with it. You want to talk about somebody who's dealt with a lot of adversity in not only her basketball career, but her high school career, from some of her friends moving on and her being able to stick with it and develop the youth. It's something I'm extremely proud of, and she's going to have a huge impact. She probably wants to get back out on the court more. She missed a lot of games last season with an unfortunate injury, and getting her back on the court is going to be great for us. And with her and the next junior I'm going to talk about with Sarah White, it's great to have those two be able to work with our 7th and 8th graders, because they set an example every single day. This is how you're going to work. This is what you're going to do, and they do it the right way. And we're very happy and proud to have Sophie. It's going to be a little bit sad at the end of the year having to say bye to Sophie Barnes.
And it sure makes your life a lot easier to have players that help coach some of those younger girls, and they look up to them, and they don't just give that respect out. Those two young ladies have earned that respect from some of those 7th and 8th graders as well, as you stated.
100%, they've earned that respect, and you can even tell when they give a compliment or when they talk to a 7th and 8th grader or a freshman, it's different than me talking to them, right? Because they know, hey, look, that validation's there from girls who have done it already.
talk to us about. You don't have any sophomores on your roster, so you got a little gap there. But
Yeah.
you got some freshmen I know you're excited about.
I got some freshmen, and I got some juniors too. I want to give a shout out to. No, you're fine. I want to give a shout out to some people who don't always get the most credit, but we have two managers on our team, Natalia Arnold and Addison Smith. They're just two fantastic young ladies. Man, Natalia Arnold has figured out the clock. She's got us down. She's got her schedule up there, keeping us on in practice, working through. And I wanted to give her a big shout out for what she does for us. And then kind of the motor so far this year, we're thankful to have her back healthy, is junior Sarah White. You want to talk about most improved player? That's Sarah White. You want to talk about the hardest worker? That's Sarah White. She's our only green light shooter we've had in 3 years in the program. She's gone through a rigorous shooting drill in order to do that, where she has to, in a timed system, be able to make 1, 2, and 3 consecutive threes working spots, and she's very, very talented there. And like we mentioned with Sophie Barnes, she's just fantastic with the young girls. And when Sarah White says something or does something, it's not just the players that listen, it's just not the coaches that listen. You can see everybody who's in that gym, fan, spectator, administrator, they know that she's doing the right thing and leading the right way. So I'm very, very happy with our junior class. But like you said, we do have a big gap. No sophomores in there, but we do have 3 freshmen. 2 of our freshmen are great young ladies. They come to us from Science Hill, which they played basketball at Science Hill for 3 years apiece, and they have a great work ethic as well. And I've been very excited to see how they've started to develop. They may not play as much varsity this year, but they've done a really good job in practice at developing skills, and they've already picked up on the good teammates. I gave Izzy Avra a big shout out today in practice because she was the one out there teaching us our communication when we were going through it, and I was very proud of her. And then Haley Trowbridge, she's just fantastic, and we're very, very blessed to have her in our program.
All right. Continue on.
Yeah, I got this. Our last freshman is Lucy Hott. This is her 3rd year in our program, and she's an absolute sniper. We're talking in practice, set shots. She's hitting 6 to 7 out of 10 pretty much every single time. She's a hard worker. For her, she's gonna have to get out of her own way a little bit. She knows that. We talk about that. She's a great young lady, and I expect her to make some big gains and maybe even be a big contributor on our varsity team here as we approach the season.
And then you got some that aren't in high school yet.
The majority of them.
Yes, I get it.
We got some great 8th graders and 7th graders. They're all real hard workers, and I'll kind of mention each of their names here as we go through it. But Macy Huff, Nora Greider are 2 that have returned to us from last year. Both of them started games last year for us as 7th graders, where we had two or three 7th graders starting in a game, and they came out and they gave their best effort, and they've really developed. Nora Greider has become a really great defender. She's improved her physicality greatly, which is something we've asked. And if Jeremy Toohey's watching, shout out to Toohey there, working some of those big workout programs with her. Mm-hmm. And then Macy Huff. I think every time I watch Macy Huff play or work, she has the potential to be one of the best players who's come through Somerset. She has that potential, and when it all clicks for her and we get going, she's going to be something really, really special out there on the basketball floor.
One of the things I'm sure most folks don't understand or realize, that 7th and 8th grade, they play their season in the fall.
Yeah.
So they're getting a lot of reps on the floor, and then they come to you know, to play varsity basketball, once we get into October, November, and so on.
That's why we're real thankful with our coaching staff to kind of have that overlap. So hopefully, in those July, August, and September months of practice, they're getting kind of instilled already in how we want to do things. So when they come up to the high school, it's kind of just hit the ground running and keep kind of growing.
And then you've got some 7th graders this year as well?
Yeah, I have 2 7th graders. They're both new to the program, Brentley Davis and Kyra Nichols. I can't speak highly enough of both of those. Brentley has been out a little bit, battling a little bit of an injury, but she may be, and for her height, she's probably 5'5", 5'6". She may be one of the best rebounders I've seen. She's one of those people who has the extra effort, and the ball just finds her. She knows how to get to that space, grab that ball, and look to go. And then Kyra Nichols, man, she's a 7th grader, but she will give us some varsity minutes this year. Her IQ, her speed, her handle, it's just unreal. She's one of those guards who, as you develop, you're going to be able to get it into her. You're going to be able to space the floor, whether it's a zone press, whether it's a man press. You're going to be able to space the floor extending it because she's going to have that handle to get through them and really work it down the court.
You made a comment, you said the ball just finds her, and I think that's one thing a lot of folks don't understand about basketball, the casual fan, that there's so much that goes on away from the basketball that if you just watch the ball, you're missing a lot. And those girls that work hard to get open, to get ready, to take, to catch and shoot, be ready, those are priceless, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Our girls don't fully understand it. I've had to show a few clips, but it's kind of like that Dennis Rodman. I know some people know that, like just a rebounder who they work hard, they find the space, they get it and go. And that's every coach's dream. You got 5 of those out there on the floor, you're going to be a pretty successful basketball team.
Well, success doesn't come just from you alone. You mentioned you've got your coaching staff that you are proud of and what they've been doing for you. Talk about who helps you out there.
So I have Adam Haste, Michael Dobbs, and Jason Rubel, who have been with me for the last 3 years. We've been kind of the consistents in the program. Adam and Michael have done some middle school stuff, and they all know, man, I can go to them in any situation. But this year we've kind of added a really key piece, someone who is not only a fantastic coach, but she has college basketball experience. She was a very good player at Casey County back in the day, but we've added Coach Kelly Waddle to our staff.
Oh, wow.
And that has been fantastic for us. She relates to the girls very well. She has a high IQ, and she's also somebody who's brought that extra piece of discipline, right? Like, hey, if we're going to do this, we got to have accountability. And it's been a blessing to have Kelly with us, and those other 3, man, they mean the world to me as we've started to kind of build up.
Coach, you mentioned your managers. You have other support staff that I'm sure help you out. Any of those folks you want to mention?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out. She's in there, our statistician, Serenity Haynes. She was a graduate in our program last year who played huge minutes for us and worked hard for us. And she kind of hit me up a few months ago, and she was like, hey, I'm interested in coming back. I got some open time. And I was like, well, hey, look, we're going to need somebody to help us kind of keep stats. And she helps us track things in practice so we can see drill and growth day to days. So it's been really great to have her out there. And you can't forget your trainers, Tristan T Money, as they call him at Somerset. Got to give him a shout out. Love that man. He does everything he can for our program and girls. It's great to have all those people. I did accidentally skip 3 girls. Do you mind if I slide back over?
Right ahead.
I got to give some big shout outs. I mentioned Kelly Waddle. I got to make sure we mention her daughter, point guard Addie Waddle. She's been a starter in both our scrimmages so far. She's been playing some big minutes. She's also another high IQ girl, and she also is a little bit of a perfectionist, which helps because she's like, hey, we're going to do things the right way. And I think she's somebody who even Sarah and Sophie have seen as a leader, and they respond to her, and they kind of put her in that role on the team as well. So I've been very, very happy to have her. And then we have 8th grader Sophie Sloan. She's also her first year in the program. She's somebody who's really been working on her game. She's going to be a great stretch guard, small forward, somebody who can play a little bit both ways. She's got a solid 3-point shot, and she's very, very aggressive defensively. And as that handle continues to improve and as some of those rips off the dribble and stuff, she's going to be another very, very special player. And then our last 8th grader, Ava Davis. Ava Davis, this is her first year with us as well. Excuse me, she's tall, she's athletic, and she's somebody who's been working very, very hard at getting better, and we're very, very happy to have her in our program as well.
Very good. We got about a minute left. Anybody else you want to give a shout out to?
I think we always got to give the big thank yous to administrators, right? Our superintendent's great, our principal's great, but I got to give a special thanks to our parents. I know a lot of times at programs, or if you talk to coaches, sometimes they get the headaches, or they'd mention, well, parents are a reason I got in or out, but at Somerset that's not the issue. I have amazing parents that have supported us as we've continued to grow this program. Jason White has been there for us day in, day out. He's also the treasurer of our board. And then Kelly Barnes has been there for us day in and day out. And I appreciate those 2 greatly. And all our parents, man, they've really stepped up as we've built this program, because it's not been an easy sled. We've kind of gotten bigger and bigger each year, but we want to get to that point where when we play somebody, they're fearing the name Somerset, right? And that's where we're going.
Very good. And I'm going to give you an opportunity. One last shout out. There's somebody that back home that's usually got the meals ready.
Oh yeah, and that's a great setup nights. Because as I write down, don't forget the wife. I have an amazing wife. I've said amazing. Probably one of the most supportive people in my life that allows me to be able to coach and be here. And she cares about each one of these girls like they're her own. She'll make meals for them. She lets me buy meals for them. She wants to come to the game. And for me, it's very special. I have a 3-year-old daughter, and My daughter will come to me and say, am I going to see my girls today? She wants to come to practice. She wants to see them. And that's something that not only makes it easier for me to coach, but it makes me know that we're doing the right thing with our family at home and then our family at school as well, as they kind of combine together.
Kick things off a week from tomorrow night. You're at the Briar Patch.
Yeah.
Great location, a beautiful gymnasium. I love calling games at that place. And so check it out. You have Glasgow, the Scotties coming in at 6 o'clock, I believe. Is the
6 p.m. It's a boys-girls doubleheader. So we'll play at 6, then our boys will follow. Try and do that doubleheader, get everybody in there to see the Briar Jumpers in action.
All right. Coach Andrew Laughlin, Somerset Girls, thank you very much. We appreciate your time spent here with us. And look forward to catching you on the old hardwood.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you and Lake Cumberland Sports as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
Toyota of Somerset, we're known for great service before and after the sale and so much more. Since 1988, Toyota of Somerset has been supporting our local communities. And we sell and service what a number of different rating services call the most fuel-efficient, dependable, and safe vehicles on the road. Toyota. Toyota of Somerset, South Highway 27 Somerset, and online at toyotaofsomerset.com. At Toyota of Somerset, we're all about you. Homes, farms, commercial properties, and investment properties from all over Kentucky. Where? FordBrothersInc.com. Just click on, go to upcoming auctions, and you will be amazed. You can just browse or register to bid, and you're set. You'll have a front row seat to everything that you're looking for. Whether it's live or online, check out FordBrothersInc.com.
So, Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we're selling the country.
Back at Buffalo Wings and Rings, Bob Boone now joined by head coach of the Somerset boys basketball program, Coach Ryan Young. And first of all, Coach, thank you for taking the time to come out and chat with us. We always look forward to the coaches' preseason show because it seems like just a few moments ago we were in the middle of a football season and then bam, it's basketball season. And you get to deal with that a little more than some coaches because you got some of those guys that play football that just now got done. But anyway, appreciate you being here and looking forward to this upcoming season. I know you are.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's one of the neat things about our county is this annual get-together every year. It's always a great kickoff to the season, and we're excited about it. We're looking forward to it, and the boys have been working hard, so we're ready to get after it.
Third season at the helm, or this will be your fourth?
This will be number five, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm terrible at research. So.
Yeah, it's gone quickly, so yeah, this will be number 5.
Last year, or back in 22, I think it was, you were 22-11 last year?
2 years ago.
And that's when you won the district championship.
And went to the regional finals was 2 years ago, and was extremely proud of the team last year. You know, a lot of people thought that it was going to be a pretty significant rebuild, and our boys came to work every day, and by the end of the season, we were right there in the district championship, and then had a really great game with DCA in the first round of the region. So it was a really great effort by our boys last year.
Indeed, it was. Looking to build on that, you've got some pretty well-known young men coming back that should be a real blessing for your team. But just, you know, people are going to take notice of the jumpers this year. Go ahead and talk to us a little bit about your roster, if you like.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of continuity coming back. Our senior class is very experienced. You know, we're led by Aiden Absher. This will be his, you know, this will be my 5th year in the program. This will be his 5th year in the program. So he played as an 8th grader for us, and you know, he's one of the more talented wing players in our region. I think he will be a player of the year candidate, and already a 1,000-point scorer at Somerset, and he's really just worked extremely hard. He's changed his body in the weight room, but the kid's a gym rat, and I was really proud of him last year just from the standpoint that not a lot of people know that, you know, he dealt with 2 pretty significant injuries throughout the year. You know, he finished with a broken thumb from January on, and, probably could have shut it down and decided to play through it. So he showed a lot of toughness and really lead by example type of guy. So Aiden is definitely a big pillar of the program. We returned Cole Grundy, 6'5" power forward. He's been a 3-year starter for us. Has already signed to play Division I baseball at Georgia Southern. So really good athlete, but he can get it done on the hardwood too. He's had a really strong preseason for us. Good inside outside threat, and super coachable. Obviously coming from a head coach family like Coach Grundy, and we really expect a great version of Cole this year, and as a rebounder and defender and a scorer. Jacob Bartley, you talked about football just now, is fresh off a really strong senior season on the gridiron, and Jake is just a really powerful presence for us on the interior. He's big, strong, and he saved his best for last year. In the district semis, we were down 20 at halftime to Rockcastle County, which was just crazy in itself. But Jake was great for us down the stretch in the second half of that game, and he just brings a really good toughness to our team, and all those guys are really great leadership. And then we have one more senior in AC, Aiden Collier, just a super kid, super leader, and he's developed his skills through our program as a basketball player. But all our younger guys look up to him. He was a Rogers Scholar this past year, just super bright, intelligent kid that will do a lot of great things, moving forward.
Very good. You got a couple of juniors on this squad, so you've got a good upper class. Talk to us about the 2 juniors we're going to see.
Yeah, we have 2 juniors on our roster this year. Josh Lewis has been in our program for a long time too. Josh has kind of been plagued a little bit in his career with the injury bug. He missed a big chunk of the season last year with a shoulder injury from football, and he's dealing with a hand injury right now. So we're hoping to get Josh, healed up and solid leading into the bulk of the season. And he provides a really strong shooting presence for us on the perimeter, and really improved as a defender last year when he got healthy in January and February. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully he stays injury free this year, because those injuries are really frustrating on your mental framework.
Yes.
And we've had to deal with a lot of them, but our kids have been really resilient, especially him and Aiden, dealing with their injuries last season as well. And then we Maddox Cup came over to us from Pulaski through the summer. Maddox has been a really good addition to our program. He is a really humble kid, and he brings an element of ball handling and passing that has been very critical to us. He's played well in our scrimmages as a lead guard, and he's really active defensively as well. So he's really fit in with our bunch. We like humble, low maintenance kids is really what we strive to have in our program, and he really seems like a team first guy. So he has been a great addition to our program.
You've got a pretty good crop of youngsters as well, underclassmen, a deep class at the sophomore grade, and then 2 or 3 freshmen to add with that bunch.
Yeah, I'm really high on our sophomore class. It's I think they were a little undervalued coming into our program last year from the outside, but they've really developed. And Somerset is such a multi-sport place, which is great, but we also, with this bunch, it's a little unique with our sophomore class because, these guys are basketball first guys that we have. So Brock Stevens is a sophomore guard for us. He gained a lot of valuable experience last year. He played a lot of meaningful minutes for us as a freshman, and he had a really productive, summer ball period, and also in our preseason practices. He's another guy that can really stretch the floor. He brings a really strong shooting element, and he's gotten stronger and, is doing a little bit better job defensively on the ball. But we're really high on Brock, and we think those minutes that he played last year as a freshman are really going to pay off for him and us, moving forward this year. Another guard that we have, Keaton Getz, has really improved a lot over the offseason. and he's got a lot of minutes on the floor. You know, we've dealt with some injury issues and also having some kids out due to football. So he's been able to really take those minutes and run with them, and he's been really productive in our scrimmages. You know, he's shot the ball well, and he's also a really good athlete and can guard. So we expect him to, you know, bring another contributing factor off the bench as well. And we got a couple big guys in our sophomore class. You know, Marcus Jones is one of them. Arguably could be the most improved player in our program. He's really done a good job changing his body in the weight room, and in our scrimmage on Saturday, he grabbed 9 rebounds. So he's very active, and he'll get after it on the glass, and he plays with the high motor and also has a physical element. And then, you know, we're high on Walker Stevens. He's a very athletic forward. Walker has a really high upside, and he's continuing to develop his skill set. And just, you know, when you climb levels, freshman to JV to varsity, you know, there's a mental framework to that takes place for all these younger guys. But we're definitely really high on them. And, you know, one more guard that we have in our program is Trip Hostclaw. Trip is extremely hard worker as well, and, you know, has developed his game and has been shooting the ball really well in preseason practice as well. And, you know, in our program, we value shooting the three really well. That's one of the things that we always try to do, and our guys have been shooting it pretty well in the preseason so far.
You got 3 freshmen.
Yeah, we have a deep freshman class. We have 13 freshmen that are coming into our program. So I think that just kind of speaks to the volume and the excitement that we've created as a program. You know, we've been one of the more consistent programs in our region the last 3 to 4 years. I think we've averaged 18, 19 wins a season the last 3 years. So guys want to play in our program, and you know, we do have some guys that could potentially give us some varsity minutes if if we have injuries or illness and things that pop up during the season. So Xavier Wooldridge was a guy that impacted our football team this fall, and he's a good athlete, good, strong, physical built kid that we expect to be able to help us some. Micah Sizemore has really done well in our preseason practices. He's another big, physical, strong kid as well. That could help us out. And Trent Cox on the perimeter is another freshman that we have in that has done a good job going against our varsity guys as well. I hate to leave them out. There's so many of them right now, but when you got 13 of them, it's hard to mention them all.
I get it. Coach, you mentioned, you know, the consistency that the jumpers have displayed in this 12th region. Always a tough region. 47th district we've seen some good battles over the years through the season and then going into the tournament and stuff. And, you know, do you and your kids feel like, you know, this is another year where Somerset's going to make a run, not only at the district but at the region as well? Yeah,
I think, you know, one of the critical things we've done in our culture is just establish the expectation of being there every year. You know, even when people last year were kind of counting us out early and, you know, calling it a rebuild year, we never used that phrase. You know, we know what we do on a day-to-day basis and how hard we work and how hard we prepare. So we feel like that can be a separator for us. And by the end of the season, you know, I tell people this is a January, February type of program, you know, similar to like a Bull County in a way, where you know your football team's always probably going to take a deep run, so you're kind of figuring it out in December, and then you're getting rolling in January and playing your best basketball in February and March. So that's kind of the way we look at it each year.
Good time to peak. Okay, you've got some assistant coaches that help you out. I know you're grateful for them and all the help they provide you. Care to talk about them a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, they're a blessing to me. Obviously, my right-hand man has been Matthew Absher. This will be Matt's 3rd season with me, and he's there every day in the fight and the grind and the struggle of everything that we do. You know, I would definitely call Matt a basketball lifer. He loves it. We talk, you know, we talk about film. We talk about college basketball. We talk about our own team. We really have a good connection, and I trust him. And that's so important on your coaching staff. And, you know, we've been in so many big games together. As far as you think about some of the triple overtime games we've had with DCA the last couple of years, and, you know, that really builds just a strong bond with each other. And then obviously my brother, Noah Young, he leads our JV program. So definitely a good up-and-coming young coach there that does a good job with our young kids. He's very relatable to them, and being in his mid-20s, and, he really does a good job with them. And then we brought on another assistant coach this year, Logan Brett, that'll be assisting with our JV and freshman program. He was a really quality point guard at Wayne County under Rodney Woods, so it seems like he has a good basketball acclimate. But, I like to really, probably early in my career, I tried to maybe take on too much. So I'm kind of learning, it's okay to divvy some things out when you have good workers underneath you. So we really look at it as a collective unit and try to do a good job cohesion-wise and working together.
Yeah, I think I heard you use the word trust in there, and being able to trust your assistants to do what you want. I know that's highly important. What about support staff? Anybody else you'd like to give a shout out to that maybe contributes to the program?
Yeah, we just finished our big fundraiser, so a lot of our parents did a lot of groundwork on that, and
I'm well aware.
Yeah, I'm sure you got hassled a little bit for it, but we're so appreciative of that. That's the lifeline of our program.
Mm-hmm.
We try to take care of our guys and get them nice things, and we really want to run a first-class program. So all our parents, they've been great since I've been here. They're very supportive, and our administration at the school, they let me do my job. And when I took over, I told them I wanted to coach and do it the way that I felt was the right way to do it, and they're kind of hands off and allowed me, and I think they trust what we're doing with our program, and I think we've seen the product that we can put out there every year.
Yeah, folks, if you've never been to a game at the Briar Patch, you need to make it. It is an event. It's a classic old school gymnasium that when they redid that gym, they did it right. They didn't lose the charm of the Class A school, that it brings, but it's just a beautiful facility, and man, it's a lot of fun when the people are filling the stands and get a little rowdy in there. And
yeah, especially some of them Pulaski games. But no, it's been great, being able to play Pulaski 2, 3, 4 times a year even, and then, adding Southwestern back on a couple years ago. And I think all our coaches would say, we're trying to get ready for postseason play, and you can't provide a better atmosphere for our kids and in the community and playing these games, and I think our kids really enjoy them.
Mentioned Pulaski County, you're going to get to see them fairly early in the season, which is something it seems like the 47th district is accustomed to doing now, getting a district game in before winter break, and you're going to have the Maroons. I think that's going to be at your place on December 19th. That's not too far away.
Yeah, actually we play Rockcastle in week 2, so how I feel about playing them so early, I'm kind of indifferent on it. All our teams have to do it the way the schedule's set up, but very important games early on where you're trying to figure out your team a little bit. But we'll be there and we'll tip the ball up and we'll get after it and compete. But our district's going to be extremely difficult, like it is every year. Casey's kind of been up and down a little bit, but the other 3 teams that are in it right now, any one of them could win it probably, and any one of them could go on and obviously make a strong run in the regional tournament. So it's definitely, you're going to earn it if you get it for sure.
The other thing, when I look at your schedule, I see you've got a plethora of home games, and then you got a whole bunch on the road. How important is it to be successful in that series, especially early in the season, including those district games?
Yeah, the schedule kind of fell interesting this year. We are home heavy early, and we always talk about protecting our house, so we really need to get off to a strong start. But that's just in high school basketball, I don't know how much the home court factor really matters, as far as like collegiate goes. But we definitely feel good at home. We play well at home. We shoot the ball well in the Briar Patch, so we're looking forward to getting off to a good start at home.
You got 60 seconds. Anybody else you want to give a shout out to, or anything else you care to share with the folks out there listening?
Yeah, well, we're just excited about the upcoming season. We really feel like we have a quality group of kids, and the potential to mesh as a really quality basketball team. Once again, I just think our senior leadership is really strong this year. They're really good kids that have played a lot of basketball with each other, and I expect them to lead our team in the correct manner and just come out and support these kids, and we're looking forward to another exciting season.
Week from tomorrow night, Glasgow, a boy-girl doubleheader at the Briar Patch. Come on out, and it'll be a good time. I'll be there.
I look forward to seeing you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
He is Coach Ryan Young, Somerset Briar Jumpers. We're going to step out and take a break.
Somerset, we're known for great service before and after the sale, and so much more. Since 1988, Toyota of Somerset has been supporting our local communities. And we sell and service what a number of different rating services call the most fuel-efficient, dependable, and safe vehicles on the road. Toyota. Toyota of Somerset, South Highway 27 Somerset, and online at toyotaofsomerset.com. At Toyota of Somerset, we're all about you. Homes, farms, commercial properties, and investment properties from all over Kentucky. Here, FordBrothersInc.com. Just click on, go to upcoming auctions, and you will be amazed. You can just browse or register to bid, and you're set. You'll have a front row seat to everything that you're looking for. Whether it's live or online, check out FordBrothersInc.com.
So, Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we're selling the country.
Toyota of Somerset, we're known for great service before and after the sale, and so much more. Since 1988, Toyota of Somerset has been supporting our local communities. And we sell and service what a number of different rating services call fuel-efficient, safe vehicles on the road. Toyota of Somerset, South Highway 27 Somerset, and online at toyotaofsomerset.com. At Toyota of Somerset, we're all about you. Homes, farms, commercial properties, and investment properties from all over Kentucky. Where? FordBrothersInc.com. Just click on, go to upcoming auctions, and you will be
Haven't done this in a couple of years, maybe out of practice.
register to bid, and you're set.
It's my first interview, so.
Everything that you're looking for.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Live or online, check out FordBrothersInc.com.
So, Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we're selling the country.
Welcome back to Wings and Rings for Lee Cumberland Sports High School Basketball Coaches Show. I'm Paul Wright with Somerset Christian Girls Coach Devin York.
Yes, sir.
Let's get right into it.
All right, sounds good.
Let's talk about your roster.
Yeah, so we'll start out. I'll kind of go down the list. And
Sure.
we're a young team. We got 8 girls this year, 2 sophomores, 2 freshmen, and then some middle schoolers. So we're young, and we got a lot of growth potential, and I'm looking forward to the season. I'll go through the roster, say just, something about each girl.
Sure.
So Marley Durham, she is our team captain. She's a sophomore here at SCS, has been with the program for a few years now, and she's done a real good job of taking the leadership role at such a young age, and has been putting a real emphasis on leading by example, leading team huddles, playing hard, being vocal, taking huge steps as just a sophomore to be that presence on and off the court. My second sophomore that we have is Sayla Skichetano. This is her second year playing organized basketball, and she's just taken leaps and bounds in her development and understanding of the game. She has great instincts on the court already in just her second year.
Okay.
Extremely coachable and plays very hard. You don't have to worry about her giving 100%. And then I got 2 freshmen, Izzy Ray. She's probably one of our more experienced players as just a freshman, which is crazy to say. That just shows you the youth we have in this team.
Right.
Izzy, she brings some versatility. She can step out and hit a jumper, and she also brings a good presence to the paint. Very, very excited to have her. McKinley Lewis, this is her second year playing organized basketball. She's my second freshman, and she goes out there, really gets after it, gives me a lot of great energy, and is just eager to learn and learn the ins and outs of the game of basketball. The second half of my roster, we have McKinley Lewis, 8th grader. Kinley Mink. She's in 8th grade. She's quiet, but don't let that fool you. She'll get after it. I mean, once she's between the lines, she'll get up in your grill and play some defense.
Got a competitor.
Yeah. Don't leave her open either. But no, Kinley, she's in 8th grade, and she's bringing a lot to the team at such a young age. Then we have Sophia Guerrero. She is one of my post players. She's got some natural athleticism to her. Okay. She's got some length and gets in there and mixes it up in the paint. Grabs a lot of boards to be in the 8th grade, and gets out there and brings some physicality out for my team. And now our last two are Emmy Edwards. She's 7th grade and just 12 years old. Wow. She's my starting 5 right now, and brings a lot of hustle and versatility. She has a good feel for the game at just 12 years old. Advanced for her age, and she goes out there against 16, 17, 18-year-olds and mixes it up, and is a good presence. You wouldn't think that she was only in the 7th grade. Then we have Addison Durham. She's one of our other 7th graders at the point guard spot. We put a lot on Addie as a 7th grader running the point guard's position there. It's one of the harder positions on the floor. You're really running the offense, and she's taken that responsibility and has really ran with it, and she's doing a great job.
With a team this young, you were talking about that leadership.
Yeah.
How important is that to have somebody that will, be vocal on the floor?
No, good question. It's very important because with the youth, some girls are might be a little timid to speak up because they know they're young, and Marley stepping up in that role and kind of encouraging the girls to really be more vocal. And they're all taking leaps and bounds and getting more comfortable finding themselves, and they're going to have a good season.
You've got a situation where some of them don't have a whole lot of experience. Mm-hmm. You have to take that into consideration, but at the same time, maybe they don't have bad habits that you have to break them for. So it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. You can get them to do what you want them to.
Yeah. That's something I like about having this young roster. Is that's just. A lot of time I have to really get to know them and them get to know my system, and really kind of teach them from the ground up. But they've had some great coaches in elementary and middle school, and they've learned some good habits, and they've learned how to play good basketball, and it makes my job easier, them coming to me, even being 12, 13, 14, 15 years old. They've had some good coaching up to this point.
What's this basketball team going to do well?
What we're doing well, I think, is get in there and scrap. We know that we're young and have something to prove. A lot of the girls, they want to prove that they can be out there on the court with older girls. So we're going to be scrappy. We're going to get in there and really beat and bang, and we'll probably pull out a couple wins that we shouldn't.
Are you to the point that you're ready to play somebody that's not you?
Yeah, well, we're definitely excited for that. We had a couple scrimmages, which was awesome to get to play against other competition. And with 8 girls, I mean, it's makes it more challenging to really do the 5-on-5 stuff.
That's what I was getting ready to ask you. Was how do you get through a practice without the depth?
Yeah. Yes. Well, sometimes us coaches, me and my assistant coach Jake Edwards, we have to get out there and play some defense some, and we're a little slower than we used to be. So
tell me about it. Talk to me about your schedule.
Yeah. So our schedule this year, we're playing about 29 games, I believe.
Okay.
And we have a good schedule. We have a lot of teams that's really going to challenge us and show us who we are as a team, and we're looking forward to that. We have some. We're not participating in the district tournament this year. Okay. Being so young, we're going to keep them out for one more year, and then we'll be full in next year, ready to dive in both feet.
Is your schedule consistent as far as Tuesday, Friday, or do you have a long break in there at any point? How do you schedule?
Yeah, our games are a little everywhere right now. We do have a lot of those Monday games, Thursday game or Friday games. We play a lot. We have a little bit of a gap midway through the year, like a lot of teams. That the holiday season and everything, but we have a lot of games, and of course the junior varsity and freshman team is also, my varsity team. So we have some freshman games sprinkled in there with for the younger players and some junior varsity as well.
Are they going to be going every night?
Not every night. Not every night. I try to spread some of those games out a little bit, and some games will just be varsity days, and some will just be younger days.
Talk to me a little bit about your philosophy and what you want your team to do.
Yeah, so my philosophy, the way the game's going, there's a lot of positionless basketball.
Okay.
And I'm very adamant about each girl knowing how to dribble, pass, shoot, and everyone having footwork. I'll even have some of the guards working on their up and unders, and drop steps and everything, because I think that you can find yourself on any spot of the court anytime. So I push that a lot, just everyone knowing how to play all positions.
Talk to me a little bit about your background.
Yeah, so my background, I've played basketball my whole life. Went 3 years playing at Lindsey Wilson College on their junior varsity program, and then spent my senior year of college at Campbellsville Harrodsburg as a student assistant coach with Coach Sparrow over there. Basketball has been a big part of my life ever since I was in elementary school, and I'm excited to be able to be in the game still, passing it down to the next generation.
This is Somerset Christian girls coach Devin York. We're at Wings and Rings on South Highway 27 for the Lake Cumberland Sports High School preview show with the coaches. You mentioned your assistant earlier. Let's talk about that staff and how much is it just you and Jake?
Yeah, just right now it's just me and Jake right now running the practices and on the sidelines. Next year we may add a little bit more help, but his daughter Emmy is actually one of our players, so he helps with the middle school team as well. So he's familiar with the girls.
Trying to get a young team like you've got to grow.
Yeah.
And again, working that schedule. You have to get a schedule to where you can be competitive. Mm-hmm. You have to get a schedule to where you can be challenged.
Yeah.
It's hard to do.
It is hard to do, and where it's my first year at the helm, and I'm still getting used to the teams in the area and their play styles, and we're young and haven't really seen much against other teams yet. December 2nd's our first game. It's a home game. We're looking forward to that because it'll be real telling of where we are and how competitive we may be for the rest of the season.
You talked a little about your background. You say it's your first year here. Where are you from?
Yeah, well, I'm from Pulaski County here. Grew up in the northern tip of Eubank, the sprawling metropolis there.
Been there, done that, lived there. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, I've been in Pulaski County most of my life. My dad's from here. My grandpa's from here. It's where we've planted our roots.
Going back to your basketball team, what's your defensive philosophy?
Yeah, defense, we're focusing on a lot of fundamentals right now. Really emphasis on help side, working on that. I want the girls to, my philosophy really is just nothing easy. Just get up in there, make them earn every point that they score, and but we have to be careful though because we can't get in foul trouble.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Will you do a zone? Will you play man to man? What are you looking for?
It really is situational. Depends on the team. We'll probably start out a lot of man, and but we work on our zones too to switch into there because there's times we may have to conserve some energy, so we might need to go to a zone if it's the best fit.
I was going to ask about the pressing thing, but with 8 bodies, it's hard to do.
It's hard to do. I won't say my girls are in pretty good shape. I won't say we'll never do it, but it's something to keep in the back of my mind, keeping some legs fresh.
Well, but again, it goes back to that foul situation thing. If you've only got 8, you can't put a tremendous amount of pressure on the other team because you can get yourself in a bind. Offensively, is it a matter of we're going to shoot outside shots? Is it a matter of we're going to try to force it into the post? Is it penetration? What do you do?
Yeah, want to get a lot of driving kicks for some open shots, especially in the corners. We do have some players that can beat and bang in the post, so we like to give them some touches.
Sure.
Let them go to work there, but at the same time, if the defense collapses, we want our shooters to be ready. We, Coach Jake and I, we preach hands ready, at all times, because we want to be able to knock down those shots when the defense collapses.
You mentioned your point guard. How well does this team handle the ball?
Yeah, they do well for the youth and inexperience. We like I mentioned, we put a lot of pressure on Addie, our 7th grade point guard, because she's not even turned 13 yet, and she's handling a lot of that pressure, and she does a tremendous job of doing that.
Is that going to be a problem with your guards being that young and being physical enough?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have our ups and downs with that. As in a lot of teams, I've seen a lot of teams who have a lot of juniors and seniors that still can struggle with that sometimes. But it's something that I think we'll accept that challenge and look to get better each and every day and handle that a little better each and every game.
Talk about your rebounding inside. You talked about the post players. How well do they do that?
Yeah, we get in there, we get some rebounds. We're still working on being more consistent on some of our positioning to get the ball. But we have some girls that do have a nose for the ball and can get some boards a little outside of their area. But at the same time, it's going to be a different ball game when you're playing. We get into varsity play, and we're going against 17 and 18-year-olds. So that will be a little bit of a wake-up call for our team. That's getting into their first varsity season, but I think they'll respond very well because they're tough girls.
I have coached an AAU team or two at that level, and they come out there and they may not look physically strong.
Yeah.
These girls are competitive.
Oh, yeah.
How competitive is your basketball team?
Yeah, we have some competitors. We definitely have some girls that will get in there and fight to their last breath.
That's what you got to have.
We saw some of that during one of our scrimmages this preseason. We had a couple girls that one went down with cramps and another one strained a muscle on her side a little bit, and a few minutes later they were wanting to get back out there and fight and dive on the floor, but it's going to be hard to keep them off the floor no matter what's going on.
Do girls, are they easier to coach? Do they pay more attention than the guys do? I always thought so. I thought the girls they were easier to teach.
I think they almost pay more attention to detail sometimes. I've been very impressed this season with how fast our girls pick stuff up. There's some plays that we may go, I'll introduce a brand new play, and after running it through 3 times, they're already, running it through almost flawlessly.
Right.
They're very smart, very very smart, and some good basketball IQ, and they pick up on things very fast. And I think sometimes they may try a little harder.
We've started this conversation talking about, are you ready to play somebody other than? Talk about conditioning and getting a basketball team ready at this level. Yeah, we put an emphasis on conditioning pretty early, knowing that I was going in with about 8 players is what I knew I would have, and that's what we ended up having. So we've spent some time on conditioning because I tell the girls, we only got 8 people to throw in there, so you can't run out of steam too fast. You're not going to have an issue with playing time because with 8, everybody's going to get their shot, right?
Yeah, exactly. It'll be some good experience, I think, for all 8 people on our roster this year with the short rotation.
What's the hardest part of this job?
It's it can a lot of times be to get the players to understand and kind of see what you see on the court sometimes, but that's an issue with any coaching position.
Sure.
But like I mentioned before, the girls do very well at picking up on things. That's something that me as a coach, I need to get better at. This being my first year as a head coach, just learning to convey the message more clearly and getting the girls to buy in. But they leave it all out there on the floor, which does make it a little easier on me.
What's the easiest part of the job?
The easiest part of the job?
The most fun part of the job.
Just showing up every day and being able to enjoy the game of basketball. That's the easiest part. It's I've loved it since I was 3, 4, 5 years old. So being in the gym is the easiest part.
Did you plan on being a coach? Have you worked for this for a while? Or?
Yeah. So I went to school with that in mind. I got a sports management degree.
Okay.
As my degree started at Lindsay and then ended through Campbellsville University. And it's something I always wanted to do, but the last couple of years I've been out of the game for a few years. So when the opportunity came up that I would be able to apply for this position, I was very excited because I've wanted to do it since I was probably 17, 18 years old.
We'll see you several times as we go through this season. Good luck, and it's going to be fun to watch this team grow.
Yeah, it'd be a good ride.
This is Somerset Christian girls coach Devin York, and this is Lake Cumberland Sports High School Preview.
Somerset, we're known for great service before and after the sale, and so much more. Since 1988, Toyota of Somerset has been supporting our local communities. And we sell and service what a number of different rating services call the most fuel-efficient, dependable, and safe vehicles on the road. Toyota. Toyota of Somerset, South Highway 27 Somerset, and online at toyotaofsomerset.com. At Toyota of Somerset, we're all about you. Homes, farms, commercial properties, and investment properties from all over Kentucky. Where? FordBrothersInc.com. Just click on, go to upcoming auctions, and you will be amazed. You can just browse or register to bid, and you're set. You'll have a front row seat to everything that you're looking for. Whether it's live or online, check out FordBrothersInc.com.
So, Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we're selling the country.
Toyota of Somerset, we're known for great service before and after the sale, and so much more. Since 1988, Toyota of Somerset has been supporting our local communities. And we sell and service what a number of different rating services call the most fuel-efficient, dependable, and safe vehicles on the road. Toyota. Toyota of Somerset, South Highway 27 Somerset, and online at toyotaofsomerset.com. At Toyota of Somerset, we're all about you. Homes, farms, commercial properties, and investment properties from all over Kentucky. Where? FordBrothersInc.com. Just click on, go to upcoming auctions, and you will be amazed. You can just browse or register to bid, and you're set. Live or online.
Joe, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Ready for basketball?
Yeah, I'm getting there. I need another couple weeks.
Yeah, everybody always does. Welcome back to Lake Cumberland Sports High School Coaches Show for basketball. I'm Paul Wright from Wings and Rings. Joining me now is Somerset Christian boys coach Al Gover, and we've done this before.
We have. We've seems like several times. It seems like a week ago we were here.
Doesn't take long,
from
does
last year. So it's amazing how time scoots on. It don't wait on anybody, does it?
It does not. Same question I pretty much started with everybody tonight. Are you ready to play somebody other than yourself?
Well, yes, definitely. This time I tell my kids, I said, man, this is kind of the dark days of what we do. And after you've practiced against each other for a month, frustrations, that type of thing, kind of set in. I can understand it, but that's a good thing too, because they're very competitive, and they kind of get tired of seeing each other.
Sure.
So up close and personal sometimes.
Let's talk about your roster.
Yeah, our roster is it's a good roster. We've got 5 seniors this year. Okay. We've got Jack Baker coming back, who started for us for 3 years. A really nice shooter, as everybody knows. He's one of the best shooters, I think. well, I've ever coached for sure, and I think he's one of the best shooters in the region. Isaiah Hensley, he started for 3 years as well. Just a tenacious competitor, gets after it, does a little bit of everything, and he'll be a really good player for us this year as well. Adam Markham comes to us from Southwestern after playing there for 3 years, and Adam brings the ability to shoot the ball really well, also along with some size and strength that we need. He's a big, strong boy, so we're gonna look for big things out of him as well this year. Jordan Correll is another senior that played for us last year, and he's made big strides. He's going to be I think a nice player for us that we can put in and I think ask to guard people and things of that nature. And then Austin Reed, he's come on with us this year. He hasn't played much in the past, but just a great team player and a good kid to have on the roster. And he's kind of an upbeat for us, so we're glad to have him.
How much is it an advantage to have that senior leadership and guys that know your system and know what you want?
Well, I think it's a huge advantage. I've got two guards that's played for me this is the 4th year, right. So they kind of understand and things we've been through in the past, and we don't change a whole lot, so they kind of know what to expect. And then Adam Markham coming to us, he's played a lot of basketball as well. So our backcourt is I'm looking forward to it. It's very experienced. So we should have some good leadership on the court.
You find a system that works, you just kind of tweak it here and there and go with your business.
You got to tweak it and every now and then, and we're doing some things differently, a few things differently, sure. But for the most part, it's go out and play and, be very competitive early. We just want to be really competitive and play hard, and, execution phase and things like that will come a little later, but I'm looking forward to, we did scrimmage Saturday, mm-hmm. and played really well, so it's encouraging.
Talk to me about the rest of them.
I've got a couple of juniors. Omari Harvey, he played for us last year. He's a junior this year. He's a big, strong kid. Very athletic kid that we're expecting big things out of him this year. He's upped his game quite a bit, and I think Omari's going to have a really good year this year. Aiden Drew has come to us from homeschool. Aiden's about a 6'5" power forward type kid.
That's good to have. Those are the kind of guys that are nice to have to come in.
Isn't it good? It's good. So Aiden is. In the scrimmage the other day, he was really did a really nice job on the backboards. He was very aggressive. So we're looking for big things out of him as well. I think he's going to give us a good year. So, and being 6'5", him and Amari both, so it gives us some size and strength.
Absolutely.
So that's the only juniors.
Okay.
That I know of. Let me make sure. Sophomore. Yes. Sophomores. I have Gavin Wilson. Okay. Gavin's he's played for a couple years. He played with us as an 8th grader. He's a kid who does things right. He handles the ball well. He plays defense well. When he's asked to score, he can do that as well. So Gavin will play a lot for us this year. He'll be in the mix quite a bit, and we're looking for a good year out of Gavin. Devin Peters is a sophomore. Devin played JV last year. Devin has grown. He's gotten stronger, and he's going to be asked to play some too. So he's come on, and I think Devin with some playing time in the JV and just game situation, he's going to get better and better. Sophomore Justin Forbes is with us. He's ineligible this year, but he can play JV basketball. and in practice and those type of things, he makes things a lot better.
You always need more bodies.
So he makes it a little tougher on the varsity kids when we're playing, and he's a great kid that we're looking forward to having around for 2 or 3 years, and so he'll help us a bunch, not only this year in practice, but the following couple of years as well. So freshmen, we have Austin Doan. Austin Doan is a young freshman. He's a kid that's growing leaps and bounds. He's not only in his ability but also in his physical stature. He's really growing. We're thinking Austin's going to by the next couple of years he's going to be a big kid. So hopefully he's.
You can't teach big. I've had coaches tell me that before. You can't teach big.
You can't teach big, and you can't teach size, and boy, it's good to have just a little bit of it this year. Also, a freshman, we have Samuel Guerrero, who's come to us this year. He's first year playing in a few years. So Sam is a great teammate. His work ethic is really good. And we feel like, in the future, Sam's going to have a good career for us. I think that's all of my freshmen. It's not a very big class. I have 3 8th graders or 4 8th graders I'd like to mention as well. I got Elijah Denny, a good little guard for us that we're looking forward to having him around for a while. Sawyer Case and Ben Case. They're twins, and they're both, I think, going to have good careers at Somerset Christian as well. And then Weston Meeks is a big kid for us. He's an 8th grader. He stands about 6'6" right now. So, I don't know how much further he'll go, but I think it's going to be quite a bit. So.
6'6" and 8th grader, very much so. It's
So
without mentioning names, you played a game today. How deep would you go?
I would feel comfortable going 8 anyway. So, in the past we haven't had that depth, and it's kind of come back to bite us a little bit. But this year I feel good about going 2 or 3 off the bench right now, and hopefully by January I'll have 4 that I can bring in as well.
So you've got more depth than you've had. You've got size. What do you need?
I need wins.
Offensively, what is this basketball team going to do well?
Well, I think we're going to shoot it pretty well. I think, like I said, I mentioned Jack Baker. I mentioned Adam Markham. Aiden Drew shoots the ball well from the perimeter as well. And, of course, Isaiah Hensley, like I said, he can do a little bit of everything. So he has spurts. He's more of a streaky type shooter, where the others are more pure shooters. But he's so I think we'll shoot it really well. I think defensively we've improved a whole lot. And I tell my kids a lot that I think we can score. Okay. I think if we can stop people, then we'll be in the hunt.
What is before I was going next? What is your defensive philosophy? With a team this deep, this big, do you press more? Do you play zone? Do you go man? What are you looking for?
Well, we will press occasionally, but we're basically a man-to-man team. I'm kind of a man-to-man coach. I always done it, and probably always will do it until I don't coach anymore. But I like to get up, on a half-court set. I like to just, straight up basic man-to-man defense. We're looking to deny a few wings with good help side. I think in today's game you have to be able to guard ball screens really well, dribble handoffs really well. You got to communicate. You got to talk. Our kids are doing a much better job of communicating on defense. So I feel like defense might be a strong suit for us this year.
This is Lake Cumberland Sports High School Basketball Preview from Wings and Rings. I'm Paul Wright with Somerset Christian Boys Coach Al Gover. Let's talk about your schedule.
Schedule's, I think, a little tougher this year. It's, of course, we start out with Danville at home. That's actually next Monday. So
it's getting here quick.
It's getting here quick. Yeah. And then we go to the KCAC tournament is always the first weekend.
Okay.
We're still obligated to play in that. So we go to that the first weekend, which will be December 5th and 6th. After that, some teams we got on the schedule. Of course, you know our district is.
Yeah.
We got all those, and it's tough, and we'll probably talk about that here in a few minutes. But we'll have teams like Greenwood, Muhlenberg, Davies County.
Okay.
Who else? We have Elizabethtown. So we've toughened up a little bit, and which is a good thing. I think that'll get you ready for tournament, and I feel like we've got a shot.
You've talked about the district a little bit. Which games do your kids look forward to?
Well, they look forward to most all of the district games. Southwestern Wayne County, Macquarie County. They're all rivals, but they're all good rivals.
Sure.
And, it's fun to play those guys. So Southwestern is probably, being rock throwing distance from each other.
Yeah.
It's probably the biggest, and there's some pride there. But so we're looking forward to those district games and our district. When I looked at our team, I thought we can be pretty good this year. And then I look at everybody else's team, and I said
they're going to be pretty good.
They can be pretty good too. So it's like nobody really lost anybody. It's going to be a tough district, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be very competitive, and I think all four of us have a shot.
Talk to me about your coaching staff. Who you got for help?
My coaching staff, I got T.W. Sears still with me.
Okay.
He's been with me since I've been there. Actually, he's been Somerset Christian for, 7 or 8 years, I guess, as an assistant coach, and does a really good job. He's just steady and always there, and he loves the game. He loves the kids, and I couldn't be more fortunate to have a better assistant coach, along with Taylor Gover. My nephew's helping me this year. He's done a really good job. Maybe it's, defensively we're better. Maybe it's because of him, because I kind of turned the defense over to him. Taylor was a all-conference defender in college.
I remember that, yes.
He was, it was kind of funny. He was, he scored the ball in high school, and then he gets to college, and he's the defensive player. I'm like, okay, how does this happen? But anyway, Taylor's done a really good job with defense, and then we have Dalton Perkins, who has come to us this year. Dalton played at the school's lost me. It's in Maysville.
Augusta up in there? No, that's not it.
No. Well,
we'll get there.
Anyway,
going back to your defense. Defense is want to.
Yes.
As much as anything else, do you want to?
Yes.
And how does Taylor inspire your team in that way?
Taylor, he brings an intensity. He brings an intensity that, the kids are we're doing things a little bit different, but he brings an intensity to get through a screen, to fight through a screen, to communicate more on defense, to talk to each other. Always have that help defender ready to defend. And he played at Mason County, by the way.
Gotcha.
So, brain freeze there for a minute.
It doesn't get any better as you get older.
Yes, and then he played at Moorhead too in college. So, but Taylor brings that intensity that you got to have defensively, and he wanted to do it, and he brings that want to the kids as well.
You talk about the intensity that he brings. I've watched you coach for a long time, and you look, for the most part, awfully calm on the sidelines. But there's a competitor in there. I've seen it. How do you inspire your team that way?
Well, I think if you're gonna do something, if you don't bring it every day, and if you don't bring your best effort, I tell my kids a lot. I don't want to coach effort. That's right. You take care of that part. I don't want to have to go there. I want to know one thing we can count on each and every night is your effort and your attitude and your will to win. The rest of it will come. If we've got that, we can work with you.
You can work on the plays and the sets and the defense and this kind of thing.
Yes.
Or how focused is this basketball team in practice?
Focus is, I think it's been there. I think, like I said, we've got maturity, we've got experience, and their focus has been really well, actually, over the first month and month and a week or two. But so I really feel good about that. When I had some of these kids as freshmen, they've come a long way with that focus.
Right.
Yes, I think our mindset's right. I think they know the job ahead of them. They know the task ahead, and we'll take it one day at a time, see what happens.
Good luck.
I appreciate it, Paul.
That's Somerset Christian boys coach Al Gover. This is Wake Cumberland Sports.
Of Somerset, and after
Yes,
the
sir.
sale, and so much more. Since 1988, Toyota of Somerset has been supporting our local communities. And we sell and service what a number of different rating services call the most fuel-efficient, dependable, and safe vehicles on the road. Toyota. Toyota of Somerset, South Highway 27 Somerset, and online at toyotaofsomerset.com. At Toyota of Somerset, we're all about you. Homes, farms, commercial properties, and investment properties from all over Kentucky. Where? FordBrothersInc.com. Just click on, go to upcoming auctions, and you will be amazed. You can just browse or register to bid, and you're set. You'll have a front row seat to everything that you're looking for. Whether it's live or online, check out FordBrothersInc.com.
So, Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we're selling the country.
Toyota of Somerset, we're known for great service before and after the sale, and so much more. Since 1988, Toyota of Somerset has been supporting our local communities. And we sell and service what a number of different rating services call the most fuel-efficient, dependable, and safe vehicles on the road. Toyota. Toyota of Somerset, South Highway 27 Somerset, and online at toyotaofsomerset.com. At Toyota of Somerset, we're all about you. Homes, farms, commercial properties, and investment properties from all over Kentucky. Where? FordBrothersInc.com. Just click on, go to upcoming auctions, and you will be amazed. Just browse or register to bid, and you're set. A front row seat to everything that you're looking for. FordBrothersInc.com.
Ford Brothers Auctioneers, we're selling the country.
Welcome back to Wings and Rings. As we get ready for basketball season, this is our Lake Cumberland Sports preseason high school basketball show. And joining me now is Pulaski County Girls coach Brian Miller. I've seen this movie. What inspired you to make this change?
I've missed it. The older I've got, the worse it's got. Been in the gym, seeing the kids, and but I stepped away before. I wasn't sure I was ready to step away, so just good timing. Everything just kind of fell in place. Prayed about it for a while and was excited. I'm very excited to be back in, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful Miss Howe, Miss Richardson. Give me a chance to get back into it. So, and I appreciate what Coach Atkins has done with the program over the last few years. And it's not like I'm stepping into a bad situation or rebuilding. I mean, he's done a great job. So I appreciate it.
Let's talk about your roster.
All right. Hopefully I won't miss anybody. It's been a few years. We've got 4 outstanding seniors. Madeline Butcher. She's had a great career at PC, got a lot of college offers, so she's went through the process. I'll let her tell you all where she's going to commit to later on. But and Hannah Murray is unbelievable as a senior. She had 2 scrimmage games so far. She's played extremely well. I was talking to her today before we came over here. She's just she's outstanding player, does it all for us. Anna Ross, another senior, coming a long ways. Great leader. She plays so hard, practices so hard, just a great person, great individual. And we got Brooklyn Thomas back this year. And, not too many times you can bring a D1 athlete in that's been sitting out for a couple of years. Right. So she's not missed a beat. From day one, she's played really well, played all summer with us. And just excited to have her back. Got 2 juniors, Bella Stevens and Layla Bray. Layla works harder than any kid that we've got in the program. Just leads by example, does a lot of great things. Bella has really stepped up. Just amazing where she's come from last year. Shoots the ball well, but starting to learn to play with her back to the basket. So I expect big things from her. Our sophomore class got 4 of them. Lily Todd started last season about every game. Come a long ways, just a dual athlete, plays volleyball as well, and good bloodline with her. She's going to be another outstanding player. Caroline Heist, a guard that's sophomore, that Saturday she was lights out against Knox Central. I was proud of her and her efforts, so she's continued to get better. Malia Bullock, great defensive player, continues to get better and better every day and works hard. Riley Ross is another sophomore, of course, softball player. She's been hurt and just kind of getting back into basketball, so we're glad to have her back. She's very savvy. When I talk to kids and players, she just knows the game extremely well and is getting a lot done. Then we've got 5 freshmen that I'm excited about, but let me go back. I knew I messed something up, but we've got Vera and Adriana Monroe that are great kids, soccer players, sophomores. That they play extremely hard. They bring some of that soccer instinct into the basketball court. They'll stop the ball in transition, play good defense. So just joys to be around. And then our freshman class, I've got Grayson Cook, a guard. She's been seeing some varsity minutes in those scrimmage games, and of course that's Gavin's sister. So she shoots the ball extremely well. She knows the game, so we expect big things for her. Scarlett Anderson, just crazy athletic, strong kid. When you talk about female athletes, she can run, jump, get up and down the floor. So Janie Ross, guard, just unbelievable. From last year to this year, the progress she's made, and she's going to continue to get better because of the way she works. So, and Adeline Murray, just another one of those freshman kids. It's a really good player, going to be good down the road. Just with all those kids, you've got to get stronger. And then we've got Kate Miller. She continues to work and get better. She don't have a choice to be in the gym. So, but she has got so much better. Today, I had individual talks with the kids and everything, and it's a little different for her. So she comes in there, and it's I'm talking to you as a coach right now. So, but yeah, she's.
How hard is that?
It's not. Before I even talked about a plan for the job and everything, I talked to her first because it's going to be a different situation, but it's not. She's been great with the whole situation, and she knows. My wife's told her stories from years ago, so she knew going in what she was going to get. So, and then we've brought up 2 8th graders, Addison Abbott and Malia Hamilton. Both down the road is going to be really nice basketball players. And then I've got 3 7th graders, Lucy Gill, Sophie Dunn, and Hayden Likens. Those 3, I expect big things down the road. They're gaining a bunch of experience, and they're only going to continue to get better as we go.
I've asked somebody this question once today. I'll ask you. If you had to play a game right now, how deep would you go?
Well, we've had 2 scrimmages. We play 10, 12 kids, right now, and just kind of see where everything falls. The kids are playing hard, and sooner or later it'll work its way out. But it's really tough because of the way our practices have been. They've all been getting after each other. So as a coach, it puts you in a tough spot, but it's what you're looking for.
Having the upperclassmen and those that have played before, how big an advantage is that for you?
Well, anytime you've got senior leadership that's kind of been there. The thing about our girls, our seniors, is they've been in those battles. They've played the AAU circuit and with Brooklyn, of course, high-level softball circuit. So, they've been there in those battles. They understand how to win, how to execute down the stretch. So, just the day-to-day work and how go about their business and how they handle things is the biggest thing that I see with our 4 seniors is they just continue to work every day and push the younger ones to get better.
What do you do differently after being away for a while?
I think I'm mellowed out. I don't know if that's good or bad. I have mellowed out some.
Let's wait till we have a game. Don't get excited.
Coach C, Coach Teresa, she talked about that a little bit the other day, but I have. But you know, when you miss it, basketball is just always in your blood. Mm-hmm. You know, once a coach, always a coach, and just excited, super excited to be back. But you know, the day-to-day stuff is not changed as far as the practices, and that's what I always loved before. And you know, we're just with the new system, trying to learn a new system, and really don't have everything out there in place. Right. And we're going to be better 2 or 3 weeks from now than we are now, and we'll be better hopefully in a month or so than we are now, and hopefully by the end of the season we'll be a different team as well. So it's just day-to-day getting better.
Offensively, what is this team going to do well?
Well, we shoot the basketball really well. You know, I've got a drill that we've always done. It's used to call it 65 points, and we've been putting up anywhere between 110 to 115 points in the same drill that we've always done before. So we've shot the ball extremely well. We've got a bunch of kids that can put the ball in the basket, and anytime you've got that, it makes the coach look really smart.
Defensively, what do you hang your hat on?
Well, you know, I've always liked to press, and to do that, you've got to learn different rotations. You've got to know when to go and when not to go, and that's been the biggest adjustment. You know, we try to change things up, but we're going to do different things. We're not going to be set in stone on anything that we go to do. It's going to depend on who we're playing and their personnel. You know, one time we may come out and press, and one time we may be back in 2-3 zone, and one time we might play man-to-man half court. It really depends on who we're playing and what they do well, and we'll try to take away from what they do well as much as we can.
With a 10 or 12 deep basketball team, you can do what you want to defensively as far as how much pressure you put on the opposition.
Yeah, I mean, you know, in an ideal situation, we would love to play every kid that we've got, but
sure. We
all know you can't do that. But, you know, we want to press. We want to get up and down the floor as much as possible, but our opponent's going to dictate a lot of what we can and can't do.
This is Lake Cumberland Sports. Buffalo Wings and Rings on South 27 in Somerset for our preseason high school coaches show for basketball. Talk about your schedule a little bit.
Oh, goodness. I feel like I've overscheduled. but you know, we want to be tested for the end of the season. We opened up next Monday night against DCA.
Right.
So, you know, they won the region last year, made a big run at state. So, you know, we opened up with them. They're still going to be really good. I've already watched game film on them from their scrimmage. They've gotten better. Those kids are going to be ready to play. They're going to have a great season. And we end up going to Cumberland County, and they're preseason third in their region.
Right.
So we've got them, and Whitley County's coming in. I think they're 4th or 5th over in the 13th. Of course, Somerset, Casey, Southwestern. Play Western Hills in a showcase, and I think in that showcase we're actually going to use a shot clock.
Okay,
so it'll be something different, just to kind of gain some experience. Before Christmas, we're going to go play Russell High and Ashland Blazer.
Okay.
I think they're 1-2 in their region. And then after
16.
Christmas, yes. Then after Christmas, we're going to go to the Lady of the South in Scottsville.
Okay.
Our first game's against Bowling Green.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's exactly right. No favors in that situation, but we just want to play the best that we can play. We've got West Jasmine on the road, East Jasmine on the road. Adair County is going to depend on, and they're 3rd or 4th in their region. It's going to depend on with them how we do in the Lady of the South. If we end up getting 4 games of the Lady of the South, we won't get to play Adair, but if not, we'll play them. Then we've got, of course, Wayne County. We're going to the Gem City Classic. I'm trying to think of who else we've got that's out of region. Campbellsville, which they've got some really nice players. They're going to be, you know, top 5 in their region. So Metcalfe County, I think, 2nd in their region preseason. So we're playing a lot of really good basketball teams, not counting how good this region is.
This region is usually pretty good.
This region is pretty good, top to bottom. So our schedule is going to set us up, hopefully, for postseason. Hopefully, we'll get to see about all the different defenses and offenses that we can go up against. So we should have a lot of experience come postseason time.
How tough is the district going to be?
Always tough. This district's always tough. years ago, I think when I was coaching, we had one state championship in Rockcastle, 2 or 3 Final Fours. So this district is night in, night out. Anybody can beat anybody. Rockcastle, of course, they're probably first or second preseason in most of the polls. Casey County is going to be a really good team. Tara's back coaching, so they're going to be really good. And I got to see Somerset this summer, and they're going to be good. He's done a great job, and they're going to be a lot better than people think that they're going to be. So our district's going to be tough.
Let's talk about your coaching staff a little bit. What kind of help have you got?
I've got Teresa Kelly that played for me. She does a great job. Got Luke Elmore helping this year. Gilbert Wilson got him out of retirement. So he's been great. Anthony McCollum's helping, and then Jeremy Zimmerman. So I've got a really good staff. They've been with me since summer, and really enjoyable staff. They work hard. They do a lot of stuff already behind the scenes, so just to get prepared. But it's been really awesome. All of us get along really well, and I told them from day one, I don't want you to always agree with me. So, and they don't. I don't think that they. But it's good. It's great. They're awesome, and I couldn't make it without them. And we've got a manager, Ashton Fry, which is doing an amazing job for us.
I talked to Gilbert the other day. He was, I think he's kind of excited.
He is excited. He is excited. The entire staff is excited. We're ready to see what happens Monday night.
I know the answer I'm going to get, but tell me about the expectations for this basketball team.
Well, I think every year, if you start and you're competitive, I think every year is you want to win district, you want to win region, get state tournament. And I think any coach that says, oh, no, would be lying to you. I think every coach is excited about the season tip off, and you've always got to continue to work hard and get better each and every day. But at the end of the year, everybody wants to get to Rupp Arena. If you didn't want that, you probably shouldn't be coaching or playing. So that's exactly right. But yeah, I think we've got a chance to be a really good basketball team. But you just never know. You don't know how the season's going to go, if there's injuries or whatever. But we're going to continue to work hard every day in practice and get better, each and every day, and just see how it all falls in place.
How ready is your basketball team to play somebody other than themselves? I know you've had scrimmages, but
we've had 2 scrimmages. We're ready. After that. Second or third week, they got tired of hearing me yell and scream, I think, so they were ready for me to go to start with. But, are we prepared? We still got a lot of stuff to put in. With a new system, brings everything new, and we're playing a little different style than they're used to playing. But I don't know if that's right or wrong, but we're going to try it anyway.
It's your philosophy, right?
That's exactly right. But they're ready to start playing somebody different. I think they're excited about next week and DCA coming in.
How was that leadership when you were doing the conditioning and going through the stuff that, as a basketball player, is not a lot of fun?
Well, Jeremy Toohey does a lot of stuff for us in the weight room, and I can't say enough about good things about him and what he does. So having him help with the conditioning and preseason stuff has been a big plus. He's absolutely awesome. But the kids, I felt like from day one, there wasn't much of a transition. I've seen most of these kids grow up, been around most of them with all the sporting events and stuff. So it wasn't a real big transition process. I felt like from day one when we walked in the gym for the first time, they just believed in what was going on and what was taking place. So they've been absolutely amazing. They've things that we're doing is a little different, and they show up. And when I say they work hard, I know every coach says that, but this bunch works extremely hard.
With the schedule you've got and you're not doing the AD stuff anymore, do you get home just a little bit earlier on some nights? And how's your wife handling that?
Well, I'm not sure she's happy about me being home so much, but it's been really nice. It's been nice on Friday nights to sit back and watch the TV and watch you all some on the just on the TV at home. I can sit in my recliner and watch a football game or whatever. It's been nice, but it's still a challenge. I left. We had pictures today after school, and the kids started coming down this way, and I was in the office getting ready for 6 a.m. practice tomorrow. So a lot of time to prepare for stuff and prepare for the season.
How long were you the AD?
I want to say 11 years.
Seems like Seems like it was longer than that, to be honest with
It
you.
seems like about 33, but about 11 years. No, the AD job, there's a lot of rewards for it. When you got good coaches and you got good people in place that you know are good to kids.
Right.
And Benny Blanton, he was a Grand Slam hire.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Amazing. He really is. He's done a great job, and it's a lot of time, a lot of commitment, a lot of headaches. But at the end of the day, you get to see kids come in and develop through 4 years, and instead of being a part of one program, you're a part of all of them.
Right. But again, as a coach, you want more of that one-on-one,
Right.
let me get involved in the whole process.
As the AD, I miss being in the classroom. I miss the kids, the day-to-day with the kids. You don't get to enjoy that as the AD.
Right.
You're having to worry about this or that, but now it's just back to being around the kids. And years ago, that's what I got into education for and coaching for, was to see those kids individually grow and be a part of their lives. And it has been a blessing just to get back in the classroom, just to get back into coaching. It's been great. And I know a lot of people said, what are you doing? But I really did miss it. I miss the game of basketball. I miss being around it. I miss the practices, the teaching of the game, and more than anything, the teaching of life skills. Coaches, you want to win. Sure. You want to win every game. But at the end of the day, you want these kids to win in life. And that's what it's about. It's about seeing these kids grow on and off the court. And I've learned way more from this group than they'll ever learn from me already.
And I'm going to ask this, too. How long did you coach before you took the AD job?
I started coaching, I think I was 21 when I was a head coach at Cumberland County. And then I came over here. I was there 7 years. I coached here 5 or 6. I can't remember. But even before that, I coached middle school in Adair County. I actually started Shepherd. It's called Shepherd Elementary, but it was a middle elementary school. And I was 18, 19 years old, and it's unheard of. Now they wouldn't even let you do that. But I was the only coach for girls and boys basketball.
Hate to bring it up at my age, but I have played there.
Okay.
It's been a minute.
It has been a minute, but that's actually where I first started coaching. It's been a long time ago.
It was a long time ago, but a lot longer for me than it was for you. Good luck this season, and we'll be seeing you down the road.
I appreciate it. Thank you all.
Thank you,
appreciate
sir.
it.
This is Pulaski County Girls Coach Brian Miller. I'm Paul Wright from Wings and Rings. This has been Lake Cumberland Sports. Look at high school basketball. See you later.
Toyota of Somerset, we're known for great service before and after the sale, and so much more. Since 1988, Toyota of Somerset has been supporting our local communities. And we sell and service what a number of different rating services call the most fuel-efficient, dependable, and safe vehicles on the road. Toyota. Toyota of Somerset, South Highway 27 Somerset, and online at toyotaofsomerset.com. At Toyota of Somerset, we're all about you. Homes, farms, commercial properties, and investment properties from all over Kentucky. Where? FordBrothersInc.com. Just click on, go to upcoming auctions, and you will be amazed. You can just browse or register to bid, and you're set. You'll have a front row seat to everything that you're looking for, whether it's live or online.